late. Okay, let's get started now. Without any further ado, and going to be streaming today, so starting that now. Quick recap of last session. You guys are on level 4 of Undermountain, the Twisted Caverns, or Twisted Caves, however you want to say it. And you've made your way through, you've made some friends, and you've also made some enemies. You may not be your immediate enemies. They may be allies of you all, which are a number of drow. A band of female drow vying for House of Rinda, or a part of House of Rinda. And you guys had a conversation with the commander of this outpost, Malith. She told you how she could possibly use you all as allies, and she suggested forming a temporary alliance with you all. She requested that you destroy either the Aboleth, who is posing a threat to the Drow, or a Kuatoa Archpriest and all of the Kuatoa who also lair on this level. You can imagine the Drow having a little bit of trouble attacking, or they don't have the forces to launch an all-out assault on one of these groups. So if you guys were able to destroy one of these groups, then in turn Molith has promised to furnish you guys with a raft and let you head on down to level 5. So that's where we're starting today's session. It's actually a bit of a time later. You guys have had a long rest now, and you've been forced to camp outside of the actual drow outpost. They don't let you camp inside here, so you've just woken up a time later. Brew, you're feeling a little bit better. You've only got 2 levels of your death exhaustion now.
Sweet.
And Roland's just strumming a little bit of a tune on his guitar around the campfire in the morning as you guys all awaken.
Campfire songs.
A few campfire songs.
Hello, Kumbaya.
In the morning.
Please smoke on the water.
Not necessarily morning. When you guys wake up after feeling rested, a female drow, one that you'd met the previous day, Thurza. She has some smoked meats in her hands, and she comes and places them down in the middle of all of your bedrolls.
Oh, wow. That's the stuff. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
She doesn't seem to understand what you say, Brew, but you think she understands thank you, at least. But then she just completely ignores what anyone says here and goes up to Dagger. And she hands Dagger this fine stew that's sort of wrapped up in some sort of leaf of a fungus, not a leaf, the skin of a fungus. And she says to Dagger in Elvish, "They were all of the leftovers that we would not eat, but for you I have prepared some of this morning's meal."
Thank you.
Yes, the males are not worthy to eat what we eat, sister.
I agree.
My mother has requested that I aid you. So, if you so wish. My name is Thurza Elvreen. Such beauty you behold. I trust you keep all of these males in check.
I do.
Excellent.
Well, the smelly one's hard to do that, but I try.
Well, they will do what you tell them. They are inferior to us, sister. Do you request my assistance?
I think we do need some help to help take out the Kotoa. I mean, you do know more about them than we do.
Indeed, I do. My priestess will be very grateful if you help House of Rinda. You'll be rewarded. Cannot say the same for your servant, though.
I'm gonna kind of head bowed, walk up to Dagger really quick, and just kind of wait patiently for her to hopefully recognize that I want to say something.
Yes, Knox.
My lady, it is up to you, of course, but we did discuss the possibility of not helping them with just one, but both problems. Did you make a decision?
I think we should handle the Kotoa at the moment and then see how that goes.
Ah, as you wish.
Are you speaking in common, Nox?
I'm speaking in Elvish.
Ah, I understand not a word. Keep playing the guitar.
Yes, sister. What is your decision?
Let us handle the Kotoa first.
Excellent. I can guide you towards where they lair if you would like, sister.
Yes, let us go.
Are you prepared?
I am.
Very well. Gather them.
I just kind of clap my hands and just roll in the brew, Gus. It is time to roll. Scamp, are you feeling okay?
Oh, maybe she needs to sleep long. She looks pretty worn out from all that healing and fighting.
The lack of sunlight's making her depressed.
Right, good point. Brew picks up his 2 or 3 huge laden backpacks full of stuff and joins.
Come, sister. This must bring back many memories for you. Does it
Yes.
remind you of the Underdark?
Yes.
Make a deception check.
Okay, you might be killing the girl. The Kotoa got her.
I like the way you think.
Yeah, we'll call her Jimmy too.
My sheet's not coming up.
It's not loading?
It just loaded for me for some reason.
Yeah, I just showed it to everyone. Can you see it?
No.
Alright, I'm just going to roll it for you for now. Just so we can
It's
keep on moving.
Wow, do you have
And
enough
I
blades?
no, I do not. And I have I have advantage.
Right, she just continues on with conversation. The males say you fought very well yesterday. And she just keeps leading you through these caves past the site where you were ambushed, and you can see one of the male drow lurking on this shelf of rock. A few more dead bats strewn across the ground. And Scamp just said she's going to go check on the Etten and the Alchemist, see if Jibber Jabber's okay. And tell Jibber Jabber what you guys are doing as well. Thurza moves up, and you can start to hear the sound of the River Sargorth flowing by. And then she sort of just goes up against the wall, and she does a sign language to you, Dagger. I presume you're probably moved up with her over here.
Yeah.
Alright, so she does this sign language to you, and then like looks back at you expecting for you to sign her back.
Oh no. What did she say?
She just says, hold. Enemies ahead.
I'll show Dagger real quick the okay sign, like I kind of like turn to where she can't see me. Sign this to her.
Alright, Dagger, make a insight check, and Roland, make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Ah.
Are you still having trouble with your sheet, Dagger? You got it. Alright, you can't really get the gist of what Thurza means, and she sort of sees you and hears you as you whisper, Roland, and then she looks at you both strangely. You do not know sign language, sister?
Trying to come up with a believable lie.
What do you say, Dagger, when she asks you that?
Oh my, I'm like,
Are you there?
yeah, I'm trying to think about what I say.
She sort of just sees you.
I cared more about killing things.
She sees you sort of have a bit of a break in your words, and then she just continues on. For too long have you been above the surface, sister? I will have to speak to my priestess. Perhaps we can have you instated on one of the lower levels. Of course, we'll find a way to put the rest of these wretches to use. She looks around at the rest of the party.
I belch inappropriately and unintentionally. It's just the way he is.
And she just looks. Tell me again, sister. How's the Worden? Do you have any living relatives left? Last I've heard, they are all but absent from Menzerbransen.
Not immediate family, no. It's one of the reasons I left.
Well, House of Rinda is always looking for new allies. My matron, Lon Welv. I can put in a good word for you with her. if this mission is successful, perhaps you'll find a new family. Now, the Kuatoa. It's just over the river. The river is not too deep, and it should not be too hard to cross. I plan to fly over. But, of course, I would just torch them all. If it were up to me. But I must see how you think and how you act. I will leave the planning up to you. Impress me, sister. And she steps back. I'll be watching to see how you handle yourself.
Is she like out of sight now?
No, she's just standing like 15 feet away from you, watching everyone, like she said.
She's right there.
Yeah, she said she's gonna watch everyone.
Oh, I thought for some reason I thought she said she was gonna go away and watch from a distance. I look at Roland, Brew, Cass, and then I like stare hard at Dagger, kind of like, "You're leading this thing."
I don't want to. I'm a thief, not a general.
All right, you look across the river, and you can barely see a bank on the other side of the river. And if you take a quick look back at Thurza, she just gives you another sign, another hand sign, Dagger. And you think that she would expect you to be able to see, like, clearly across into this Kuatoa camp, but you cannot because your sight is limited. You don't have superior dark vision. Cass, when you step out to look, you can clearly see about 20 or so of these fish-headed humanoids milling about in some sort of encampment. There are small Kuatoa. Some are just only a foot tall or 2 foot tall. Many infants. They have these little tents set up, and they've driven some spikes, these stone spikes, into the beachhead to act like a little bit of a defensive fortification. All of the walls are covered in slime, and you can see this thick green slime, this sludge sort of dredging down the river as you peer across. And some of these Kuatoa are sort of looking out towards you, but you don't think their vision reaches quite far enough to spot any of you.
So I'm seeing at least a good 20, Dagger. How many are you counting?
20.
Is that counting the cute little ones?
Yeah, no, more, sorry. There's about 20 full-grown Kuatoa and another 20 young Kuatoa. Maybe 50 in total. There are a couple that look like sentries. Very much the same, just humanoid figures with webbed feet, sharp claws, and fish heads. These massive eyes, bulbous eyes, and slimy scales. But these ones hold some sort of clamp-like device in their hands. And you can see 2 of them standing guard. One of them at the beachhead, and another one on the other side of the cave.
So, what is the verdict? To the west, I see what looks like it might be another cave of some sort leading towards the other side of their camp. I can't really tell from here.
All right, one of them spots you guys now, and he's looking right at you all. It looks like they have better vision than you may have expected. And immediately They start sort of calling out, and all of the infants run inside these little wattle huts that they've got set up, and they go into a bit of a alert mode. They start lining up along the shoreline. You can see them pulling up these ropes, and massive caltrops made of sharp rocks and sharpened bone sort of are pulled up along the beachhead as they go into a defensive stance. The adult Kuatoas, they all carry spears. They have nets slung over their shoulder, and they move in to a defensive position.
Well, I do believe that was our element of surprise.
You need surprise.
Cass, do you mind filling us in really quick what you saw? Because I cannot see that.
Yep, so almost directly southwest of us, looks like there's a camp with at least a couple of openings we can get to from here. However, they look pretty well defended. West of here, probably a good 100 feet out, I see some kind of cave opening, but I can't see where it leads, and it's leading on the south side of the river.
You said about 20 or so. How are they armed?
Fairly simply, although a couple of the bigger guys have something that looks kind of like a crab claw with spikes.
And is this like an outpost? What is it?
No, it very much looks like home.
Like home? Like
Their home, not mine.
Must live in a weird place, Cass. So now, Dagger, you understand Undercommon, correct?
Yes.
Despite their voices, they sound sort of just like they're gargling salt water or something like that. You can actually make out what they're saying. They seem to be speaking Undercommon. Who goes there? Who are you? The device-carrying Kuatoa yells out. One of the Kuatoa whips yells this out. Friend or foe?
Dagger. I bow my head a little bit and say, Dagger, do you mind? I take. Do you give me leave?
I give you leave.
Thank you, my lady.
Don't really want to
I'm
talk
going
to
to
the
step
fishing
forward.
people.
Oh, wait. Do I actually understand Undercommon? I don't. Fuck. Who speaks Undercommon?
I think it's just Dagger that can understand this.
It's just Dagger.
Friend or
Do we
foe?
want to try to confuse them?
No. I actually want to talk to them. They seem like they want to talk to us. It does seem like they want to talk. You understand them, yes?
Yes. They want to know for friend or foe. Friend.
Do you have food?
Depends on what you
I'm
eat.
assuming
Please, we need food. Food.
Oh no. I just yell over. Do you speak common?
Food. Food.
I'm assuming that's
What
a
do you
no.
eat?
We can help you if you are lost or you need some relief. We will eat whatever we can get. The fish in the river are all tainted. Our young are starving. Please, our mighty archpriest would like to speak to you if you do not mean us harm. And now, Cash, you see something quite sickening. Lurking towards the back of the camp, you notice a dead Kuatoa, an adult Kuatoa, just laying on the ground, and there are young Kuatoa and adults alike, picking the corpse clean, eating their own kind.
Ew.
Starvation will do weird things to you.
I mean, I like seafood. I'm not that disgusted.
Well,
I'll point
Okay.
that out at the party, though.
Roland, do you? Okay, I think Scamp is rubbing off on me because I have a slight moral regret to slaughter little ones. I don't normally feel this
Well.
way. It's weird.
Well, we don't have to slaughter the little ones. Isn't the deal just to kill the archpriest?
I thought it was to kill the Kuotoa. Period.
No, I think they want us to kill them all.
Just the
Or maybe
archpriest
if we can. Just
was
the
specified. I'll give you actually. I meant to give it to you guys just before, but I'll give you a handout from Melissa's quest. Either the Kuotoa archpriest or the Aboleth, or both.
We can go if they're asking for if the archpriest is asking to speak to us. Well, that's a good way to get close, and then we can get information, possibly about the Aboleth, before we do anything. And well, if we go over there, then we can possibly think of another solution while we're there talking to the archpriest.
I so wish I knew Undercommon. Really quick, Seb, you said there's like a black liquid in the river?
No, there's like a green slime in the river.
Green slime. Can I collect some of that? I'm curious.
Okay. Putting it in a vial or something.
Yeah, just a little test tube from the alchemist kit, just kind of curious.
Okay.
Does it look like a poison?
Make a nature check. And you're proficient in poisonous kits, so you have advantage, Dagger. And Nox, you get this strange green slime. It doesn't like burn your skin or anything like that. It has like a little bit of an eerie glow about it, though.
That may be bad.
Okay, my
I
sheet's
still can't see any Kuotoa.
fucking up again.
Try hold Alt and double click on your token, Dagger. See if it brings it up for you. Urza calls out to you as well, Dagger. So, what is your plan, sister?
Well, first my plan is to bring up my character sheet.
Ah, that is a good plan, sister. It will be much needed. What's happening when you try to bring it up?
It comes up, but then shuts down.
You might want to reload your page. That's all I can think. You can just roll a d20 and add on, or 2d20 and add on a +0. Actually, you could use your proficiency in a poisonous kit as well to make the check, which is intelligence 2.
There it goes. So do like a poisoner's kit with wisdom,
With intelligence.
intelligence. Oh yeah, you said nature.
Yeah. Okay. You can tell it's definitely not poisonous, Dagger, and it's no form of poison, and it's nothing natural as well. this is something else. And anyone can make an Arcana check to see if your character has an idea of what this slime is. Alright, Nox, you have a pretty good idea of what it is. Aboleth slime.
Ah.
Well, I do believe that this would be taken care of by simply taking care of said aboleth. It is aboleth slime.
You don't know all of the details about what the slime does, but you do know that it will foul this river and it will easily kill any fish or anything living in the river. And even as you stand here, you see a few dead fish just very slowly drift down the river, floating on the surface.
Okay, so let's go and talk to their, see if we can give them food.
So, judging by the way that I see their camp laid out, they have a lot of defenses along the shoreline. There's aboleth slime in this river. Do we really want to try crossing?
Well,
Good
will it
point.
harm us just going through it for just the small amount of time it takes to get to the other side?
I don't know. There's that, and the fact that they have defenses on the shore, which might mean the aboleth comes through here.
Well, then that means we should not spend too much more time sitting here if the aboleth comes through here. With any frequency, anyway.
And Nox, as far as you know, the slime itself is not particularly harmful. It would be if you like swallowed it, and it is very, very thick. It has this almost it's like almost like a putty like consistency to it. Maybe like some quicksand sort of consistency. It wouldn't like suck you in, but it's going to be very hard to wade through and slow you down. But it's not particularly dangerous. Like, it's not going to hurt you if you touch it. You do know it is possible that the aboleth will be aware of your presence, though, if you're in the slime.
Well, we do have a slight problem. If we are going to possibly take care of the aboleth, the moment we touch it, it will, or wade through it, I should say, it will know where we are. Similar to, think of it like a spider's web. You fly lands on the web, and the spider knows where it is, no matter where on the web it is.
Do you know of a way to get across without us touching it?
How does the ceiling look from here?
It's slimy, very slimy. In fact, all of the walls and the roof are covered in this slime, and your slippers won't work on the slime.
Well, looking at the walls and the ceilings here and the river, I would have to conclude that, well, we're going to have to get a little slime on us if we're going to get across there. Unless we can fly.
The roof itself is curved. It sort of forms an arch in the center of the river. It's about 60 feet overhead, and it's littered with stalactites. But it's only a 40 feet gap. The river is only 40 feet wide, so it'll probably only take you guys 10 or 15 seconds to swim across. It's very, very sluggish as well. There's no rapids here. It wouldn't be hard to swim through.
I personally think that if we're going to alert the aboleth to our presence, we should do it only as a last resort. I think we should see if there's another way.
I agree. I do not wish to have something that's powerful, that old, knowing where we are. Shall we possibly backtrack? See what we can come up with?
Dagger, would you like to see if your new bestie might know a way?
You get a message come into your mind telepathically via the message spell, Dagger, and it's Thurza. What are you waiting for, sister? You're not having second thoughts, are you?
It,
And you can respond with a
That's
like
her, right.
message.
oh,
It's telepathic.
no. We do not wish to alert the aboleth by going into the water, so we're trying to figure out a way to get across without touching the slime.
The aboleth does not lair there. You're at no risk, sister. But you'll be at risk of our forces destroying you if you disobey our request. Now, do you want to be a part of House of Rinda? Or do you want to oppose us? We have destroyed all of our enemies thus far.
She says that there's no risk if we go into the water, that the aboleth doesn't lair here.
Oh, she seems entirely trustworthy.
She does.
Well, that is easier for her to say because she is not the one who is going to have to wade through said slime. Look, I do not know what to do in this situation. This is. We need to either press forward or tell this drow bitch to go stick it where the sun shines.
Do we want to make enemies of her, though? No, well, I don't care about her particularly, but of all the drow on this level.
She messaged you again. What are they saying, sister?
They don't feel comfortable about wading through the water, so we're trying.
We have housed you and fed you. If you do not attack the Kuatoa, then you will attack the aboleth. And if you refuse, you'll be destroyed. You've had enough time to make your decision, sister.
I don't know what you guys are saying. You want me to fight something? Tempest is eager for a fight. I'll start the fight. You guys want me to start the fight?
Hold on just a moment, Brew.
Hold on just a second. For people who live hundreds of years, these drow are really eager to not wait for a minute.
Well, if she can lead us to the aboleth, which seems to be the source of the problem for the Kuatoa, then let's just switch targets. If she can lead us there.
Agreed. Let's just take care of this other thing first.
Can we take care of an aboleth by ourselves?
Well, if not, we can die trying.
I do believe that, just judging by the slime, and if my hunch is correct, taking care of the aboleth will possibly take care of more than one problem. I have a feeling the Kuatoa are stuck here and starving. The river is poisoned. If we can kill the aboleth, the river will no longer be poisoned, and thus we could probably convince them just to leave.
Okay, let's take care of the aboleth. Can someone get some food rations across to the fishy people?
You really want your drow friend seeing you feed the fish?
Well, that's why I said somebody else.
Well, if we knew a way to get over there without getting through the without touching the mucus, so I'm sure we'd already be on the other side. So let's just talk to your new friend. Well, I guess
Okay.
you talk to her anyway. I mean, she won't speak to us.
You have that nasty Y chromosome that they don't like.
Ah, yes, it is very true.
And she seems very frustrated when you come
They
back. What are you waiting
they
for?
they have decided that they want to take care of the aboleth. And since
Cool.
I don't particularly care either way,
You're very indecisive, sister. This will be noted on your report, Dulon. Very well then.
it's not indecisive.
The
It's
pressure
not
is
caring.
mounting.
All right, well, she's leading us the other way. Good.
Okay, she takes you back down the cave past the ambush location where all the dead bats are. Or dotted with stumps of felled Zerk wood stalks, bat carcasses. And you come to a bridge. There is a massive crevasse here. It's 20 foot wide. It splits the floor in two. And spanning the gap is the trunk of a Zerkwood fungus. Thurza, she skirts across.
She makes it look easy, doesn't she?
He runs across with ease and then waits for you all. And to cross, you need to make an acrobatics check.
Well, except for I guess Cass could probably just walk across. Easy.
Yeah.
So I will uncoil my rope and I'll hand one end of it to Brew. And then I'm going to cross and I'm going to brace myself on the other side so everyone has a rope to balance themselves with as they're...
Perfect. I'll wrap it around my waist, tie it off, and act as an anchor on this end.
Yeah, I will preferably tie it off to something on that side or use like a stalagmite as a lever if I can.
Oh, you could use the trunk of the Zerkwood. I say the trunk, the stump. Possibly.
It doesn't look like it's very hard to cross.
Nox just looks at everybody and just says, "You guys, I don't understand the point of all this. It doesn't look that bad, and I'm just gonna kind of try and run across gracefully as I can."
Oh man, don't roll bad.
Make an acrobatics check.
Is it acrobat? Yeah.
Oh, you rolled bad.
Oh!
Okay. Well, it's not that hard to cross, but Nox, you run and then you just slip and you fall straight off.
Oh, fuck.
To the crevasse.
Can I try and grab, dig my dagger into the side?
Alright, you try to dig your dagger into the side, but you just swing your dagger through the air. You've already slipped.
Isn't this why we have the rope? No, where
The rope that he didn't use.
It's tied around you, Drew.
Oh,
And
didn't use the
Nox, you fall 40 feet, land deep in the crevasse, taking 21 points of bludgeoning damage. And Thurza chuckles.
From the bottom, you just hear me just go, "Ow! It hurts."
Do the walls look pretty solid on the way down?
Yeah, if you have your slippers, you can just climb down. It doesn't. There's plenty of handholds and footholds. There is actually a number of natural stone shells on the inside of the crevasse. And as you climb down to grab him, Cass, you notice there are several creatures lurking within the folds of the alcoves.
Ah, crap.
Green, furry creatures. Their little beady eyes glowing in the darkness. And Thurza calls something out in Undercommon. They are not food, Quagos. Do not get excited. Heaps of Quagos living down here.
Oh man.
So I will skirt them as best I can, and I'm bringing the end of the rope down to Nox. And before he climbs, I'm going to cast a cure on him.
Alright, they are listening to Thurza, and there is a... I don't think you have enough strength to actually hold Nox and climb, to allow him to climb up, but you said you wanted to tie one of the ropes to a stalactite?
No, Brew's got the other end of the rope. I'm just bringing my end down to Nox and casting a cure on him.
Okay.
And it's up to you to climb, friend.
You can climb up with an athletics check. There are heaps of natural handholds and footholds. Climb up.
Oh, this is going to be entertaining. Let me...
You go up to the wall, Nox, and with your left hand you grab onto a small shelf of rock. Then with your right hand you grab onto another one, dig your foot into the wall and hoist yourself up. You continue that motion all the way up until you sprawl across the surface of the other side of the crevasse.
That works too.
There's a chuckle some more. Entertaining. That is a tough one, isn't it? He still lives. I would have much preferred to have some extra Quagoth feed, though.
So, just to clarify, where's the rope right now? Is it like
So
anchored on two sides here?
So I have one end and Brew has the other. If there's something over here I can anchor to, I will.
So you could tie the rope around a stalactite. Other than that, there's like nothing that you could loop a rope through on the walls.
Okay.
The ground's just this uneven rock. There's no like loop, like hooks or anything in the walls like that, anything like that.
Okay.
Well,
Do any of them seem
let's just,
sturdy enough?
You would have to make an investigation check. Alright, you go up and investigate the stalactites, and yeah, there are several that seem to be quite sturdy. You'd have to tie the rope quite well, though. Again, there's not enough. They're just like a spike of rock. You'd need to tie the rope quite well, otherwise you risk the rope just slipping off.
That's alright. Nox can help me hold it. One of these is probably wood or something anyway.
With my -1 strength, sure. I just breathing heavily. Yes, whatever you need, guys.
I'm assuming I
You're
get across
stronger
with a 14.
Yep, you just jump across. It's a pretty wide log. You're not like exactly doing a balancing act to get across.
Oh wait, no, you're not stronger than me. We both have the same pathetic strength.
Come on, Brew.
What do we do in acrobatics?
Yeah, acrobatics check to get across.
Ooh.
Oh,
Alright, as you're climbing, Brew, you slip and land prone. But you don't fall into the crevasse. Barely.
Crawl Crawl the rest of the way, buddy.
That was a nat 1. Actually, that was that. Oh yeah, just
Almost in that one.
right.
And you can make another acrobatics check to get across to the other side now, Brew. You just shimmy yourself across to the other side successfully.
Hi.
Wow, that thing's slippery.
You can keep that rope. I don't know if I'll be able to get the smell out.
All right, I will add yet another rope to my pack.
Brew's oils have tainted the rope.
We're up to 6, by the way. Some of them are silk.
This one is hemp.
You know, if anybody wants to tie each other up later. There's also manacles.
No, thank you, Brew.
Sometimes
Brew,
long
you're not
voyages at
right.
sea.
Up ahead is where we keep our rafts. Do not head down that way, and she points to a wide tunnel to the southeast. There are many predators and carrion that live there. They'll be draining our resources unnecessarily. And she leads you to the south. And you see a 10-foot wide cave tunnel that twists and snakes around before opening up to a larger cave. Thurza sort of stands there and directs you all to the south. You can see a number of stalactites hanging from the ceiling in the cave. The height of the cave is 30 feet. After you, sister.
Okay, sneaky sneak.
Can you make a stealth check to sneak? Alright, you stick to the shadows and creep silently through the tunnel. And sure enough, as you move in a bit closer, you'll see, leaning against the west wall, 2 10-foot square rafts made of zirkwood logs that have been lashed together using thick spider webs. And there are a number of 10-foot poles leaning up against the wall as well, used to guide the rafts. And the tunnel continues on where you start to see more presence of this thick green slime coating every surface.
Okay. Well,
You
I
see
think
a number of dead corpses, and there's this abhorrent stench filling the cavern. Alright, when you get about there, Roland, suddenly you hear something. A little rock falls down from the roof. You look up and you realize one of the stalactites is falling on you.
Oh, really?
But it ain't a stalactite.
Oh, dark metal.
This stalactite has yellow eyes riveting around the side of its head. It has a number of sharp protrusions coming out of it as it falls down on you like a falling umbrella.
Uh-oh.
And it was completely indistinguishable until it moved. Luckily, that single rock fell on you, alerting you to its presence before it dropped. So you're not surprised, and neither is anyone else.
Seb, can I just check? I should have advantage on initiative at this point.
Okay.
Do you know if that's happening? Can you tell if that's happening?
You'll need to roll again.
Okay.
Hello.
That's the only bad thing
Oh,
about
it's
this
Scamp.
API.
Hello.
Gam!
I think I can program this API to have advantage. And when you do roll, Brew, just have your token selected and it'll automatically
Oh, gotcha.
put you up. Alright,
That's a really good initiative, though.
Whoa! That's the thing?
I'll just add Scamp here. Everyone's decided to go after the Aboleth Scamp, and you were just checking on Jibber Jabber to make sure he's okay and tell him that you can have loose possessions if you die.
Sounds good.
So at the moment, everyone's making their way to the Aboleth lair, and Thurza has sort of purposely stayed back as everyone's headed through this cave, as you start to think that maybe she suspected there could be dark mantles here. And
That bitch.
yeah, of course she would love you guys to, you know, have the dark mantles drop on you guys first rather than her. So there are two
She's
dark
hilarious.
mantles. Both of them are 30 feet up.
She wants to see us dead.
And I'm just going to roll a stealth check for one of the other ones. Okay, yeah, both of them are visible. They've both dislodged a few rocks from the ceiling as they've begun to drop. So they're 30 feet high. And can you find yourself on the map, Scam?
Yeah.
Okay. That's Thurza, the drow elf, the daughter of Malith, and the dark mantles over here to the south. Nox and Dagger had made their way across the cave, and one of the dark mantles is about to drop on Roland. Alright, Brew, you're up first.
30 feet up. Do I see any ledges or anything? Like, if I were to climb the wall, that I might be able to get close enough to attack?
They are in the middle of the ceiling, so without a reach weapon, you won't be able to get close enough.
Alright. I'll just step forward and huck a javelin at one. Oh, actually, does it require full action to light a torch?
No, interactive object.
Great, I'll light a torch and throw it on the floor under them.
Okay. You
Suddenly realize, without Scamp, I can see like 5 feet.
You spark a torch up, and the torchlight flares upwards, and it just sort of dimly illuminates the silhouettes of these umbrella-like creatures.
Okay, great. I'm gonna run up and go about there. These things look pretty mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and rage, I guess, as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I will attempt to huck a javelin at this one up on the ceiling.
A 17 is a hit. Right, you stab into it for 8 piercing damage. It doesn't seem to have any special resistances. Do you get your radiant damage on that, or is that only melee attacks?
Oh,
I think
thank
it's
you.
only
Yeah,
attack,
and plus,
weapon
I guess
attack, right? Yeah. Any weapon
right.
attack.
So that
Oh,
there'd also be 2 points of. Actually,
You won't get
Actually,
rage,
that
though.
should be
Rage has to be melee attacks.
oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Right. That's right there. So yeah, Divine Fury is 1d6.
Alright, this is another 9 damage.
Nice roll.
You almost kill it. You completely impale it, and the radiant energy sort of flares up.
Wow. Okay. Tempest thought that would be a big fight, but there we go.
I dare say you've never, Brew would have never encountered these creatures before.
I was frightened of it.
No.
Giant squids. I met a lot of giant squids at sea, and it looks like a squid. Kind of freaked out.
It brings back PTSD. Being attacked by Kraken.
Totally.
Seeing my friend Roland in somewhat peril, I'm going to launch a firebolt at the one above him.
I wouldn't say somewhat.
That hits.
but definitely in peril.
13 fire damage. It burns the Dark Mantle pretty badly.
Run, you fools!
I will when I get the chance.
Cass.
I'll go ahead and take a shot at the one above Roland.
The first beam is a miss with a 10. Second beam hits for 2 force damage. Splits the Dark Mantle's skin slightly. Alright, this Dark Mantle, it dislodges from the ceiling and starts spinning like a wheel. And it spins away. It flies away. Going over Nox and Dagger's head. It flees. Thurza
I
chuckles.
feel dizzy.
Amusing. Very amusing. And she shoots a beam of ice at the Dark Mantle. She misses.
Amusing.
She gives you a... She said that in Elven, you can't understand it. Roland, you're up.
I speak.
That's her comeback. Oh no, you speak Elven. She says it in Undercommon. That's her comeback.
Oh, where did my... Oh, when I did the character mancer, it erased my GIF. Dang. Okay. But yeah, Vicious Mockery.
Alright, you try to mock it. Does not work.
I'm too scared. I will back up though. And that's my turn.
Don't bring it this way.
Yeah.
Brew's still out there. He looks much more appetizing than I do. I'm all skin and bones.
I think it's still out of my range because my produce flame is only a 30-foot range. So I'm just going to hold my action for if it comes into range, I'll produce flame it.
You can still see it.
It's within 30 feet, even though it's 30 feet up.
Yeah, it's D&D feet. Diagonals are still 5 feet.
Trigonometry doesn't work.
All right.
Yeah, Pythagoras never came here.
Scamp like goes forward and all of these like equations start like coming into her mind, and then she shoots a produce flame, but it just barely misses. Strikes the roof and disperses.
Just have
Dagger.
the numbers wrong.
Okay, I'm going to use my short bow on it.
Wow.
That is a crit.
You have advantage on it too, right? Since it hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, I do.
I think it's safe.
Not that I need
I
it.
think I'll just delete its token. In fact, I'll just delete it from the compendium entirely.
Oh wow, nice sneak damage.
Did I kill its friend too?
You killed you made their entire kind go extinct.
You shot it so
like
hard.
That's 46 points of damage.
you killed it like 3 times over.
You skewer it with that arrow, and it just is stuck up against the wall on the far side of the cave.
Ah, well, I suppose that's one way to do it.
Look,
Brew,
boys,
don't
that's
forget
how
the
you
torch.
do it.
Man, I totally guessed the rage wrong on that thing.
Nox is just in the background at Scamp going, like slow clap, like, oh, yes.
You guys get 30 XP each for those 2 dark mantles. And
Brew,
Thurza smiles. Very efficient, says.
Yeah, she must love that you did that tag. Like, all the men were like swinging at them, and then you were like, okay, I'll just kill this one.
I mean, Roland hasn't done anything that these drow have seen yet that is worth him being around.
I will wait
You
here with the rafts. You'll find the aboleth to the south, and then you'll take your first turn west. I will go no further. Good luck. You're going to need it. Do not fail, sister. Or Loth will curse you, and you'll be transformed into a Dryder. A lasting reminder of our failures.
Roland doesn't understand a word of what she's saying, but he'll turn and he'll kind of give her a wink as he walks down the.
As you head into this cavern, it's very, very slippery, and there is an abundance of this mucus clinging to the walls, riddling the floor, dripping from the roof. All movement through the cave is difficult terrain, and there is this stench of death that's beyond anything you've ever experienced. You guys have to pretty much hold your breath, just taking quick gasps when you have a chance, when needed. The slime-coated floor slopes downwards, and lying in the slime are putrid corpses. They look like Kuatoa and other fish monster creatures. Troglodytes. 3 Kuatoa and 4 troglodytes, all laying face down in the slime, some of their bodies ripped into.
Any of you guys ever run into one of these Leth creatures before? You know what we're in for here?
Oh.
I mean, I've heard about them, but only in stories. I've never actually seen one. I do not know. Like, I think someone said once that they were as big as the biggest ship you've ever seen.
I've seen some mighty big ships.
Wasn't the Stone of Galore an aboleth at one point?
Oh, true. I do believe that.
Well, I could fight a rock.
Stone
I've done that
Galore?
before. By accident. Oh yeah, that was last campaign. That was the thing we encountered. But it's long gone. Well, all right. I mean, everything that you hit falls down eventually, so we can use that tactic.
Well,
Oh, I forgot to roll stealth.
You finding your ankles beneath the slime as you trod through this cave. And as you head towards the tunnel to the west, suddenly all of you hear a voice in your mind, a telepathic voice. Who are you? Who are you? Step no further.
This is actually a pretty hard question for Brew. He's having trouble remembering.
I am Roland. I won't take another step. You're the aboleth, I presume.
Do not refer to me, creature. Scrawny little being.
Mm-hmm.
You will not address me, and I will not tolerate incursions. This is my domain. You will withdraw immediately, or you will be exterminated.
Roland, what is the Mad Mage's name again?
Hallister, I believe.
We are here on behalf of Hallister, Blacklock, to remove you for vagrancy and lack of payment of rent. You, sir, are being evicted, and we would like you to leave.
Make a deception check, Nox. I cannot be evicted, and I cannot be commanded. There is no being in existence that is superior to me. I am ancient. I am the most perfect form of all life. I am a god, and I warn you, take no steps further. I will not spare your lives. If you have come here to destroy me, you will all die here. This will be your grave. However, I could certainly use one or two of you as one of my slaves to do my bidding. I will give you one more chance. Move on. Take the tunnel to the south. It will lead you to the next level of Undermountain. Adventure is what you seek. There is where your destiny lies. I will allow you to pass through this area of my domain. Consider taking this offer now.
Oh, you guys, that is a very tempting offer. Just go straight past. Not have to deal with any of this. But while
Or we
tempting, we do need to take care of it. We will have to come back through this way eventually.
Brew's like,
There.
can I understand this whole thing? Like, is it going on in all our heads?
Everyone's hearing it in whatever language you speak, whatever your native language is.
I'll think that's a good idea and start advancing towards that gateway.
You are wise. You should follow your walrus friend.
Brew, where are you going?
I can't see very well, you guys. It's dark in here.
I'm gonna prestidigitation a bright light, just like a little flicker of light right here, so it's like leading. Brew, over that way.
He's
It's hard to see in here.
aimlessly walking around.
As
Trying
you
to
step
bring the
there,
light.
suddenly the aboleth appears behind you all.
Oh, here. Oh, shit.
There you
Oh.
are.
You insolent fool! I warn you! And you see this disgusting looking creature. It certainly looks like a monster in all respects. It is fish-like in appearance. It has these 3 green eyeballs that sort of form in rivets along the top of its head. It is laying in the slime with many long tentacles, just wading around, including a very long tail. And it just is perched here on the ground.
Yeah, that's a monster. You can kill that. You
You
always get
have
mine if
been
you kill that.
warned. Do you wish to die? Doesn't like attack immediately though.
Well, I'd prefer not to die.
You will find only your death if you head down that tunnel. I will assure you, I will not tolerate any incursions. I
Is this
have
the
an
moment?
army of troglodytes, and many vicious creatures that will tear you apart before you even take one step into my lair.
Curiosity question is:
Oh,
can I see if this is an illusion?
To see if it is an illusion, yeah, you can make an investigation check.
So I find it strange that it wouldn't have already attacked.
I also think it's weird that the large fish-like creature would be anywhere there's no water.
well, it likes the slime. It's more of a
There's
slime
water. We're like, we're not submerged or anything, but
As you take a look at it, Nox and Roland, you make an investigation.
oh yeah, I will. Same thing.
You can see great detail, including little droplets of water, slime running down its green flesh. But as you look a little bit closer, you start to see through it. It seems like an illusion, a phantasm, but it's so real. You can smell it, you can hear it so clearly. It even causes the slime around it to sort of ripple as it moves and wades around. But the actual aboleth is semi-transparent as you begin to look at it.
That is some A-grade illusion right there.
Wow, guys.
I must give you the props. This is that is rather impressive. Granted, you are also talking with us telepathically, which means you probably have mental capabilities, which means you're probably in our minds, and so, you know.
Fools, do you think I would compromise myself by appearing to you directly? I have gifted you by allowing you to see my form. For the many who gaze upon me will only serve me. This is your last warning. Take the tunnel to the south. And then the illusion disappears.
Well, that was
Right.
informative. All those in favor of slaying said monster, say aye.
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 As much as I hate to admit it.
For the record, I think
Oh,
it was like a
Roland,
giant
you
carnivorous
be so
sperm.
wrong. Why would you want?
Well, it's because there's easy access to the 5th level. Just right there.
Well, but if we ever need to get back, we still need to come through. And would you like to pay a tax every time you come through?
And are we going to trust the word of a fishy squishy?
I suppose.
True. That will all forever be burned in my brain. That fishy squishy.
That's a nautical term.
Below.
You talk to the fishies?
I have swum and spoken with fishies many times. Sadly, life as a pirate. I mean, a priest. I'm now a priest. Pay no attention to the pirate talk. It's the old.
Not every priest was something before they were a priest. Do not worry.
Well.
Right. Shall we
then,
charge and run down this hallway and see what happens?
Everything
look,
is difficult terrain, so even when you run, you're slowed greatly, having to wade through the thick slime.
Is there any point stealthing?
Would you like to scout ahead just to see what you can see?
I can. I'm not sure how good that would do, but sure.
Let's be prepared for troglodytes. He did speak of them.
I do believe he's probably boasting.
Well,
Any creature that's
maybe,
smart would penchant for
maybe
lying.
not. The stench that's in here.
As you move up, the ground comes away, and you see some murky water. It is black. Not sure how deep it is, and you see a tunnel leading to the north and another tunnel breaking away to the southwest. It is completely covered in slime. In fact, there's no way you can look where you will not see aboleth slime.
I'm just going to throw this out there. If you guys want, before we continue into areas where there might be water, we could maybe spend 10 or 11 minutes sitting around here, and I could cast water breathing on you all.
That is a brilliant idea.
It's a little
How long
bit
does
too
that
late.
last?
You guys have been surrounded. You hear these wet footsteps coming from behind you, and charging through the tunnel are a ton of troglodytes. To the west, bursting through the water, are more troglodytes, and ripping out of the gloomy water to the north at the same time. A massive lobster-like creature. A chul.
Cool.
Great.
The who now? What now?
It has like lobster-like claws, but it's as big as a horse. Its face is full of these sharp-looking tentacles that start furrowing in its mouth, and it is sort of still half submerged in the water as it bursts out, using the darkness of the surface of the water to stealthily move up. And
Zord.
it's basically Zoidberg. And you're gonna roll initiative.
Oh god, that is a lot of troglodytes, guys.
Alright, I'm just gonna roll one initiative for all the troglodytes. And just the smell of the troglodytes, it's so intense, it actually foreshadowed their arrival. You actually smelt them before you saw them. And if it were not for them making so much noise, you guys probably would have been surprised by the chul. Now, the troglodytes themselves, you guys have not encountered them, I believe. They are covered in red slime. I think you may have seen a statue of one of them. They're covered in this red sticky slime, and they just look like fish monster type creatures. None of them are armed, but they do have very sharp claws and sharp teeth. So all of this area, everything you move in is difficult terrain, so movement speed will be at half movement speed.
Rolling in the middle of the pack.
You're up, Scamp.
I'm gonna go ahead and moonbeam right there.
Yeah.
Alright.
Bring the
Moonbeam.
beat.
You should be long rested as well, Scamp. I'm not sure if you got that or not.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Oh. Roland is gonna he's gonna write just a beautiful song about Moonbeam and how destructive and amazing. It's gonna be his next biggest hit.
Okay. There?
Yeah.
Alright, Moonbeam goes up. Cass.
I will take a step back so I can see more. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon. I'm gonna drop it right here.
Alright, Spiritual Weapon comes out. And a 10 is a miss.
Okay. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the one right in front of it.
24 hits. For 2 force damage. A natural 1 misses as the beam sort of just falls away from your hand and disperses before reaching the target. Alright, the troglodytes' turn. First of all, 4 of them are caught in Moonbeam, and they all make Constitution saves. DC 15 for 12 radiant damage as this column of light churns down and starts melting the troglodytes away.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, none of them fall.
Oh.
And they rush forward. So I'll do all their movement first. As they close in, they seem to be able to move in the water quite well. Dagger, they start to surround you, and the smell of them is horrible, overwhelming. They rush forward to close the gaps as much as possible. And they run through the moonbeam like they just don't care. That's another 4 that run through the moonbeam.
What?
Go ahead and roll us another lot of damage there, Scamp, for these next lot as they start, or they move through it.
Oh no!
Okay, the 2 closer ones succeed and take 2 radiant damage, and the 2 further ones fail and take 4. Okay.
Tempest honors their bravery. That's what happened.
As they,
Tell him not to honor our enemies.
as they come in closer, you guys realize there's something wrong with the troglodyte's eyes. They are sort of fishy looking eyes in the way that they're sort of cloudy and covered in slime, but these troglodytes are dripping in aboleth slime, and they have this sort of mucus covering their eyes. And just got to check something. The closer troglodyte, the one that's here, it runs through the moonbeam, and suddenly it blinks a couple of times, and the mucus covering its eyes, it goes away, and the troglodyte looks around very, very confused, and like it's just woken up and doesn't know what's going on. But it does see itself surrounded by its kin, and then sees the 3 of you here, and it tries to like run through you. Roland, do you allow it to go through you?
Like, does it look like it's about to run away?
It's trying to push past you instead of like jump at you and claw you.
Yeah, I'll let it. I mean, I don't think I'd be able to stop it anyway.
All right, it starts running and it gets to about here, and then it tries to push past the other troglodytes, but they don't let it go by. And and then it just starts clawing at Dagger.
Oh shit! Sorry, Dagger.
Very, very viciously, like a wild animal.
Thanks, Roland.
It didn't hit.
It makes 2 claw attacks and a bite attack, and they miss. And now I'm going to do the rest of their attacks
You'll be
and movement.
first to be handed to the drow.
Alright, these
Here,
are on you,
here's
Dagger.
the male slave.
2 claw attacks. You'll hit for 3 slashing damage. And then a bite. And then you're bit for 3 piercing damage. So that's a total of 6 points of damage. And now another one attacks you. A bite, a miss, and then 2 claw attacks. And you just thrash wildly. One of the claws sink into you deep for 10 slashing damage, slashing you across your arm. And another claw.
Oh, no.
Another crit. It rips that claw to the side, and you take another 5 slashing damage.
Well, that first claw attack, I'm going to use my uncanny dodge to have that.
Okay. You will reduce the damage down to 1. Do you need the total?
No, the first crit claw attack.
Okay. It's okay. Usually you need to do that before the next attack is resolved. So next time you'll need to sort of interrupt me. Otherwise you can't. Otherwise you're sort of waiting to see, which one hits the most for that. Really, you've got to sort of do it in between attacks. But you can use it now. So the total damage is 21 points. Alright, one of the troglodytes attacks you, Roland. A bite, and then 2 claws.
That's a hit.
Alright, you're slashed twice for 9 points of damage. And now 3 of them are going to attack you, Cass. First lot, a bite, a miss. And then a claw attack. 15 hits. Alright, you throw up your shield and the claw bounces off. It does its second claw attack. And that misses. Now the next troglodyte. Bite, claw, claw, miss. And finally, a third one. Bites. And that hits you for 4 piercing damage. And then a claw. That hits for 6 slashing damage. And final attack. Another claw, misses. And that's all the troglodytes' turns. Done. Brew.
There's a lot of troglodytes here.
Yeah, you do.
Don't have to think hard about. Yeah, don't have to think about hard about rage hair. Can go ahead. Dagger, can I get past you? Brew shouts in what might be a moment of insight
Going? There's nowhere
or
to
a moment
go.
of madness. Brew shouts, these are just slaves! Kill the master! And I'm going to try to get through you and go smack that aboleth around.
It's not the aboleth, Brew.
Wherever it
It's
is.
not? Oh, I can't
That's
see
all.
anything then.
It's
Oh,
the
I thought that was the
jewel.
aboleth.
That's
Oh,
a
that's the jewel. Oh,
Oh yeah,
well,
you,
shit, I
you
better...
just see out of darkness, I guess.
I mean, your
Yeah, I
phrasing
can't-
still makes sense. So
I should probably try to get beside that jewel anyway, now that these guys have all attacked. So I'm going to try to move past you, Dags, if you don't mind.
I don't think you have.
Alright, as you step there, Brew, you're plunged into water, and that costs you 30 feet of movement just to get there. You find yourself wading in deep water, and one of the troglodytes is going to opportunity attack you with a claw attack at advantage as you squeeze by a dagger. It misses, and you are you're basically swimming where you are, and although you can't see it, actually you can see it a little bit. You can just sort of see part of this massive lobster-like creature starting to rise up out of the water.
Does swimming make me lose any kind of
Yeah.
attack advantage or anything?
Yep, you'll be doing underwater combat, so
Fuck.
attacks with particular weapons will be at disadvantage. I think it's like a short sword, a trident. I'll give you a handout, but yeah, it's very hard to attack without certain weapons.
Yeah, fair enough. I will draw a short sword out and get all intimate with this jewel.
Okay, the short sword does not have disadvantage.
Great. I am going to be reckless on this.
Okay,
wow.
you hit a 21 hits as you stab into the jewel for 16 points of damage. Breaks through
And
its
again.
hard chitin and into its flesh, and green blood sort of spurts out from the wound.
Beauty. Still reckless on another.
And
Oh dear.
a 9 is a miss. This time your short sword falls short. Also, Brew,
Yeah?
you need to make a constitution save for the troglodytes, and you too, Nox. Alright, Brew, you actually are poisoned. You are coughing from the troglodyte stench, and you're poisoned.
Do they not have to make a saving throw against my stench?
Luckily, they are immune to horrible smells Otherwise they would.
Oh.
Alright, Nox.
Yeah, lucky though.
You're actually okay. And you just managed to compose yourself despite their stench.
It's my turn now. Okay, buddy. So, I can see all these guys. I'm assuming I can... well, I just know I can. I take my iron rod and jam it into the ground at the same time. Throw a hand out in the air and say, Takul! And cast Storm Sphere at level 4. Well, at its base level 4.
Bless you.
Centered on. We're gonna go right on this guy.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's bigger than I thought.
20-foot radius.
Holy fuck!
And yeah, that it would go like that.
Okay. I mean,
That's gonna
You wanted
catch.
it there, right?
I was trying not to hit at least dagger. Brew, I'm not as worried about. Can back it up one. There we go. We'll do that.
All right.
Sorry, Brew.
Well,
I don't mind. I like it.
Can you go down one from that? I mean, you're not hitting the Chol anyway.
I mean, I could, but I'm more thinking of like the Chol like invade space. Was my original thought, but
I think I got the Chul choked.
All right. So the 20-foot radius sphere of whirling air springs into existence. It remains for the spell's duration. It is concentration for a minute, and every creature in that
It's not
sphere when it
concentration?
appears. It.
Is it?
Yeah.
According to no, all right. I was like
You've
looking
got
it
it
up
written
today
as
on D&D.
concentration, but maybe
It's not. I just double checked it on D&D Beyond today. Like it is not concentration.
Okay. You might want to change your spell then. You've got it written as concentration. No, it should definitely be concentration. It says it.
Is it?
Yeah. Concentration up to a minute.
All right.
So, all right.
I was like curious.
It's difficult terrain, which shouldn't affect anything because everything's difficult terrain anyway from the Aboleth slime. And if you end your turn there, they take 2d6 bludgeoning damage as well as when it appears. And you can use your bonus action to cause a bolt of lightning to leap from it towards one creature within 60 feet of the center with a ranged spell attack that deals 46 lightning damage. And anyone within 30 feet has trouble hearing. So there's just like a little mini monsoon swirling around, little hurricane swirling around in that area. Go ahead and roll some damage. And
So the bludgeoning damage first.
yeah, make a strength save, Brew.
Cool. I think I balance out my disadvantage and my advantage.
I don't think you have disadvantage on strength saves for anything, do you? Oh, poison. It's
poison.
I think it's ability checks.
Oh yeah, that is what it says. Totally.
Alright, DC 15 for 7 bludgeoning. And it's half damage on a success. Okay, that's all the troglodytes that are affected. They get battered around, thrown from wall to wall. And Brew
That's
should be
bludgeoning.
14. Alright, you fail the save, so you take 3 bludgeoning damage.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to the lightning bolt to attack the one behind Dagger. So between Dagger and I.
Okay. Alright. A 13 is a hit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Holy smokes.
I mean, it's a bolt of lightning.
The +4, is that from your
Draconic Ancestry.
Okay. Alright, and that bolt of lightning hits the troglodyte and it strikes it down immediately.
Vaporizes it.
One. I was
Hits
going
it
for
in the
this one.
chest and it falls on the ground on fire.
That was the wrong one, Seb. I was aiming for the one between Dagger and I.
Okay, then that one's dead. Instead.
The good old dead instead. This troglodyte is like so relieved right now. He's like, what?
Alright, the
Saw his
troll.
life flash before his eyes.
Its tentacles whip out at you, Brew. It makes this very Zoidberg-esque sound, and it tries to grab you with one of its large pincers. It crits, and it grabs onto you. It closes the pincer, and you become grappled. You also take 7 points of bludgeoning damage from the crit.
Well, now I was gonna grapple him. This is so fun.
Okay, it will then drag you 15 feet away.
Oh,
It's okay,
Taking
I'm
you
not
with
dead
it.
this time. I'm not unconscious. It's alright.
And then it just like its tentacles just sort of fall on you like jellyfish stingers, and they burn and sting. Make a Constitution save. A 15. You succeed. It does not cause you to become paralyzed. And then it just closes one of the pincers down. A 16 is a miss. It doesn't hurt you anymore. And the troll ends its turn there. Roland.
con save for being right next to the troglodyte, I
Yeah.
assume. Oh god, oh.
Alright, you are poisoned from the smell. You just are retching and reeling.
It smells so bad. I'll look up from my retching just long enough to play a power chord on the guitar. Can I get a template for Shatter?
Okay. If you just put like... oh wait, Shatter is a 10-foot radius, right?
Right. Well, I was actually gonna go for these back here.
Yeah, so if you put it there, it'll hit like...
Can I move it up a bit and hit this one too?
Yeah, that'll hit all of them if you put it like there.
And I'm just gonna be doing it at base level, second level. Just want to get them out from behind us so we're not surrounded. Oh, good roll.
Alright, you just... Wow! And slime goes flying through the air as the troglodytes are ripped apart. They all make Constitution saves for 14 thunder damage. And a few of the troglodytes are just shredded. In fact, 4 of them are shredded from that shatter, and the 2 that are left standing, they have chunks of flesh missing from them.
Alright, I'll look around and I don't see Brew. But I don't think this would work on him at the moment anyway, because I have to be able to see them and they have to be able to see me. Oh, I'm standing right by Scamp, so she'd have her. But I'm going to do a bonus action Mantle of Inspiration for those that I can see. So, everybody but Brew.
What's the bonus healing for that?
It's 8 temp.
Anyone want to
Dagger?
move? I think just Nox and Scamp could move.
I'm gonna move there.
Dagger can move.
Just use her reaction. It takes your reaction to move.
Did Cass get one as well?
You've used your
Yeah.
reaction too. But yeah, you got the hit points.
Yeah, you'll get your 8 temp hit points though.
I will not use my reaction.
No matter where I go,
I
I'm
just imagine Roland just
troglodyte.
playing this power chord. Maybe his like hair stands up and he looks like really wicked, and that sort of just freezes everyone for a brief move.
I'll use my if Roland can move, I'll use my reaction so he can get in between us.
Well, I mean, I can still move, but this troglodyte is still like right up on me. So I'm not. I've used my action. I'm not gonna try to run away from it because it'll still hit me. More than
Whatever.
So yep.
Dagger.
Oh my.
Make a Constitution save for poison. You resist. The smell doesn't bother you too bad. Actually immune for the next hour as well.
You know.
See, we've been hanging out a lot, you know.
Dagger's built up her tolerance.
To bad stench.
Yeah, if this is somebody
To the stench of fish monsters.
Can't they clean him?
I wash myself with a rag on a stick.
You have to change the rag every now and then.
Oh gosh. Sorry.
I'm going to come up here and attack this guy.
Are you disengaging?
I'm using my bonus action to disengage.
Okay. That'll be 30 feet of movement to get there as you wade through the slime.
Yeah.
And a 13 hits.
Oh, good. That's great news.
You hit the troglodyte straight in its heart, piercing it, and the troglodyte falls. You pull the rapier out, some of the red troglodyte slime sticks to the blade.
You're so good at... I really admire that about you.
27 points of damage.
The Mirelurk Chul thing dragged Free away.
We'll get to him.
Brew's basically that meme at the moment of that dog in the house that's on fire, and he's like, "This is okay."
Yeah, I start singing a rousing sea shanty to let them know I'm okay. Just another day of being grappled by a giant crab creature. My first one was when I was 6. Let me tell you about. And he rambles on.
Okay, I think that'll be your turn done, Dagger. You've used your action move and then bonus action. Scamp.
I'm going to...
Could have snuck a free action in there.
Wipe off the slime from the rapier.
My free action will be to stab my rapier through your eye when you get back for that comment.
Yeah, you can hold your reaction for that. I got 2. I don't need both.
I'm going to shove the moonbeam right there as my action. And then I will... That'll be it.
Cass.
I will move my weapon here and then make an attack against the guy just to the right of it.
That is a hit. And 7 force damage. The spirit glaive is driven through the troglodyte, killing it.
Okay. Is the one just south of that injured at all? I'm hitting it with Toll of the Dead.
Yeah, it's on the cusp of death. Most of its scales and skin has been ripped away from the shadow.
Alright, I haven't fixed my macro yet, but 13 damage, DC 15.
It
Wisdom.
resists.
Wow.
Bastard.
Smarter than the average troglodyte.
Wiser anyway.
The troglodyte's turn. Okay.
Oh, it
Before I
didn't
roll
work.
the con save, more are going to run through that. Actually, I just got to move this other template.
The gift
that
is
is cool.
fantastic,
Go through
Scamp.
I'm going to do all their
That
movement
is-
first. Actually, I'll just roll the first troglodyte's moonbeam. Alright, the one troglodyte's in the moonbeam, he is melted. Completely melted away from the moonbeam. He
Just like the gift.
is just dissolved into this like bubbling pool of goop in the murky water. And troglodytes move 10, 15, 20, 25. Many of them 10, 20.
Uh-oh.
Many of them actually swim up to Brew, and all of them but one has to dash.
Oh,
Some
yes.
of them run straight through the moonbeam. I'll just use that same damage. You just see them just like a conveyor belt of troglodytes moving to the moonbeam and getting instantly dissolved. It's like a shredder.
I feel bad because now we can't run after Brew. I should have maybe placed it a little bit in the
There's a
other area.
little bit of space right here. That's all that matters. And there's my storm sphere is not like helping things.
I sing the sea banshee shit around here. It's all good. I'm surrounded. This is how I like it.
It's fine.
I'm
She
gonna have
can
to
put
actually
the
write
moonbeam on
a
your
song
head.
about Moonbeam.
Every single troglodyte runs through and just gets melted away.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to actually write a song about Moonbeam.
There's
It's
just
great in 10-foot wide passages.
Can you please include the phrase "bubbling pool of goop"?
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be that's gonna be.
Tyler, we actually expect this by the end of the campaign. I hope you know.
Oh yeah.
Like an
a full
actual
rendition.
I still need to. I still need to write a special hug. I don't know. At some point.
Okay, this last surviving troglodyte, the same thing happens to it. The mucus surrounding its eyes, it sort of fades away as it blinks a couple of times, and it runs as if it's just been freed from something that was blinding it. And it wades through the aboleth slime as it flees. Now there is one troglodyte that made its way up to Brew, and it will attack him. Now underwater combat, I think, don't think it will have advantage on you, Brew, just because you're swimming. I gotta double check though.
I was reckless recently, though.
Oh, you are reckless anyway, yeah. So it's advantage, and it makes 3 attacks. A bite, miss, and then a claw. That hits you for 2 slashing, and then another claw. It misses. And that's all the troglodytes' turns. Brew. As the troglodytes surround you, you need to make another constitution save against poison. A 9. You're still retching and reeling and you're still poisoned.
That's all right. I have fought drunk, hungover. One time I barfed a guy to death. Yeah, it was. Oddly, Brew has a strange moment of clarity in the middle of the fight where Tempest comes to him and says, "You don't always have to strike recklessly." Well, oh, wow, and timely scam, timely comment. No, crazily enough, actually, here's first question. This Chul thing, what size is it? Could I grapple it?
It's large. You can grapple it. You won't be able to like move though.
No, but I might be able to prevent it from dragging me any further.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Okay. Sweet. So I will sheath my short sword and try to improvise weapon shield smash this thing in the face and go for the bonus action grapple thing. So shield smash.
Alright, a 6 is a miss.
Okay. I'll still take advantage of the grapple bonus action and throw that right.
I think you have to complete your attack action before you can take the bonus action.
Roger that. Okay.
Just let me, when you hit, no, sorry, you have to hit, no, that's wrong. You actually have to hit a creature to use the bonus action.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just do that again then. And again, I just won't be reckless. It's probably a bad idea. I should just be reckless all the time. But you know,
a 14. Sorry, a 12 because you're at disadvantage. It's a miss. Try to swing at the Chul, but it's carapace is too hard, and your shield bounces off as you hit it. I miss it.
Right. Okay. I don't think I.
Nox.
Okay. So I will use my dash action to toss a firebolt at the one just south of Brew. So that is this.
You hit. Now, when you hit it, you notice the fire is not very effective as it is in the water. So it is resistant, and it takes 5 points of fire damage.
Fair enough.
The troglodyte, it's still just clinging on. You did sort of burn off all of the flesh on its back, and the smell of roasted fish. I mean, but it's like a horrible stench of stinky fish.
And I'll use my bonus action for the arc bolt from the storm sphere to hit the one to its right.
I don't think you have a line of sight for that.
Is it from direct center?
Yep. Yeah, it's got total cover. All these 3 troglodytes do.
Damn it! Alright, well then, oh, fuck. Is it a free action to drop concentration?
Yep.
Alright, so I will drop concentration. And I will... There's like these 2 half squares in front of Moonbeam. Can I scoot by without getting myself killed, or is it going to be like a...
You'd be squeezing, so it would cost you 20 feet per square to get through there.
Ooh, okay.
Difficult terrain and squeezing stack up.
I do not have 40 feet of movement, so I would be stuck in the second square.
Yeah, you'd be stuck squeezing.
Technically. Alright, well then, fuck it. I will use a... yeah, fuck it. I'll use 2 sorcery points for Quicken Spell, and I will lob a Chromatic Orb at the Chul.
Okay. It's a crit!
Yeah! Holy
Lightning,
smoke!
obviously.
Alright, you send the little gemstone hovering up above your hand, and then a massive crackling bolt of energy just screeches down this tunnel. It hits the Chul and breaks off a large section of its shell, and it's hit for 31 points of lightning damage.
Wait, that's not even including my Draconic Ancestry, which is a +4, so
And
add another 4.
Another +4 onto that, as the lightning bolt is empowered from your Draconic Ancestry. The Chul is, it's pretty badly hurt from that. And Brew, It again, it tries to wrap these tentacles around you, and you need to make a Constitution save. A 13 is a success. You might want to change that -2 to -2 instead of -3.
Oh, thanks, boss.
So it doesn't actually paralyze you, and it will actually drag you back though. It drags you back 10 feet and sort of lodges you against the wall here, and as it's doing that, it's just crushing its pincers, and it hits you for 3 bludgeoning damage, and it crushes again, and it hits you for another 5. Total of 8 points of damage. It ends its turn there.
I just sing how glad I am to be safe and just cozied up here with this creature.
Okay, Roland.
10. Aha, I can actually see things. Interesting.
You're not poisoned anymore as well, Roland.
Ah, even better. Let's see. I think what I'm gonna do here. What's the range on this? Okay. I didn't know I was gonna be able to see. I'm gonna use my action to cast Vicious Mockery on this troglodyte here.
Alright, it sinks underneath the surface of the river. Drops dead.
Ah, couldn't even take its own stink, I guess.
Nice!
Then, now Brute actually doesn't look too awful hurt. Okay, well, I'll just move back, so if Dagger wants to run up there, she can. And that'll be my turn.
Dagger.
Okay. Can I stand here and see?
Yeah, you will be squeezing there, so attacks would be at disadvantage. And that cost, wait, which square are you in? When you started? I think you'd probably have to bonus action dash to get there. You're beneath Cass, right?
No, it's beneath Roland.
Alright, that'll be full 30 feet of movement to get there. Where you were. Beneath the moonbeam.
Can I stand in the water?
Yep. You can go in the water. You'd need to bonus action dash. And that'll be with 60 feet of movement to get through there. And same rules apply for underwater combat. So certain weapons will have, well, most weapons will have disadvantage on attacks.
Oh my, I can't
You
see.
you go into the water and poof, you're just waiting, you know.
I think I'll just stay right here. Ah. Don't want to be there. Okay. I want to be in the moonbeam, so.
Here's the handout on underwater combat as well. I was trying to find it earlier, but I had to archive. So unless the weapons are dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident, you'll have disadvantage. For ranged weapons, it's a crossbow, net, or a javelin, spear, trident, dart, thrown weapon.
Okay, I'll do a short bow attack on this troglodyte.
It's a miss.
Oh, miss.
You shoot the wall. Scamp.
So with Moonbeam, I can move it up to 60 feet as an action. I can't move myself, and then move it again up to the 60 feet. It's got to be just one movement, right?
Yeah, it'll be one single movement.
We'll just call out to you as you move it around. Be like, no, more to the left.
No, to the left, to the left! You hear screaming. Ooh.
Yeah, move it around until something screams.
I can't see anything because I'm like around a corner that's
Just a smidge higher.
Maybe Dagger and Brew can direct you.
Higher! There!
And the troglodytes are yelling out.
Unless you're trying, unless you're trying to hit the chul.
And I'll move there, and then I'll.
Again, you find yourself just dropping into deep water. She's standing there. Cass.
Alright. So that's 30 feet of movement to get here.
Yeah.
Alright, so they'll still have cover. I will use Toll the Dead on the Chul. He's taking a hit.
Bing
Yeah,
bong.
he's damaged. He fails, taking 17 necrotic damage, and black blood sprays out of the gaps of his shell. The Chul is looking like a log to dinner at this stage.
Yummy.
Okay, it's Moonbeam's turn, and both troglodytes are just dissolved immediately.
Aww.
And all
It's
the
so cute when it does that.
all 18 troglodytes are dead.
Jeez.
18. I want everyone to hear that number.
Well,
18.
17
one
are
of them
dead,
ran away.
and one of them ran away.
Yeah. We let one live.
Bruce,
So we're not monsters.
you're up.
Well, that's fabulous. I will now draw my short sword and recklessly attack the old Chul here. Who's
Okay. The poison has gone away as well.
Oh, even better.
A 21 is a hit. You jam the short sword into it for 17 points of damage. The Chul is writhing, thrashing around in pain.
I look at its horse's head and say, "Why the long face?" And attack again.
22 is a hit. And this time you jam the short sword into its chest and twist. You hear its shell cracking as it releases its pincer and falls backwards.
Lobster for dinner, boys and girls and people. Sorry, that was awkward.
Brew! Brew, are you good?
I'll drop Moonbeam now.
Quick, throw it in the moonbeam. Cook it.
I will run through the moonbeam. Ah. Hey guys, how's it going? There's a dead Chul up there. How to go with the trogs?
Well, quick work makes quick work.
Man,
Yeah.
those things really stank. Can you imagine like stinking that bad and just not knowing about it and just walking around like that? Like, how crazy.
That would be
Sure.
You do
awful.
realize you stink that bad, right?
You're such a kidder.
No, I'm not.
You're having trouble differentiating between the aboleth slime and the brew slime. It's sort of all getting mixed in together at this stage.
Hey, look
So-
at us. Nobody's even like amber or anything. 18
well,
dogs and a jewel. Whatevs. Sorry, don't
I
get cocky.
mean, at this point, I would say that we need to find this thing quickly because, well, quite frankly, it's pissed me off. But I don't like things thinking they are smarter than I. N'est-ce pas?
It's not
Also,
hard
call
to
me
do.
crazy, but it seemed to. I thought those guys were all slaves. So if it can just enslave stuff like that, then yeah. What if there's another slave army head?
I killed a bunch of enslaved creatures.
No, Scamp, do not worry. You did no such thing.
The ones that attacked you were not enslaved. Only the other ones.
Let's take a 10-minute break, and we will continue soon.
All right.
Quick bio
I'll be
break.
back.
You guys back in a minute.
That was a lot of troglodytes.
Luckily, they were stupid enough to just continually run into the moonbeam after watching their peers be incinerated instantly.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess I liked how Seb played that. I guess they're freaking dumb. So yay on you for throwing that out. Like, I mean, I guess a beam of light.
I don't think they were that dumb versus that mind controlled.
Oh, right. It was the aboleth who just didn't care. It was like, whatever, attack them.
Yeah.
I don't care if you guys die. Yeah, I could. Which is good, because next time we encounter troglodytes, Brew would have assumed that they would just rush recklessly. And that would have been volatile.
Well, you
I like
know, they would have been
And-
really fâché, but now, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you said, so I don't know what you mean.
No, it's angry, very angry.
Aha!
It's weird, like playing a character that has a French Creole background and like having to Google, basically like idioms and curse words and all that kind of stuff. You're just like, this is probably not exactly right, but fuck it, I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah, it works for, it's for, where are we? Forgotten Realms? It's Forgotten Realms version of Creep. Is that where we are? Where are we?
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, we're still Faerun, yeah.
Faerun, that's what.
Faerun's the continent, so. Which has always been funny to me because like everything happens 90% on the Sword Coast, but their Faerun continent's been mapped out to much like 6 or 7 times larger than that. So when stuff happens
but we're
on the other side of the continent, it's always really interesting.
but we're definitely in the realms.
Yes,
Okay, cool.
Like-
We're not in Greyhawk.
like Waterdeep.
Greyhawk,
Waterdeep is
totally
technically. So we're below Waterdeep, and Waterdeep is what, probably like 400 miles north of Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
The Neverwinter is somewhere in between there, like it's halfway ish.
Yeah.
Then you have there's a number of notable like overall D&D settings that are set all within Faerun that make sense. It's kind of like, oh shit, I know where this is, I know where this is. Oh, this all makes sense. Blah blah blah. And I feel like with 5th edition, one of the things they tried to do early on was make it so everything kind of was like you can make things overlap purposefully.
Yeah.
So that hey, the Sword Coast is just easy, especially with, and then Pathfinder came out, and Pathfinder has a lot of, the Sword Coast Adventure Guide, and then Pathfinder is like a subset, whatever. But everything kind of like stems from all of that. I've actually so the campaign I'm running currently, I've got all my characters playing in Faerun, but they're so far south that's past like Waterdeep and all that. It's like thousands of miles north along the coastline. So they're just like, it's not like we can just go there and do things. It's like, no, that's like flying to fucking Prague. So it's a weird thing.
Right, it's far away. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the realms. I learned Greyhawk. Greyhawk is where I used to play all the time.
Hey, no, Greyhawk has a great setting. Like overall, from a feel standpoint, Greyhawk is beautiful.
Yeah, I've got my guys. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say there was some crazy Gary Gygax stuff back in Greyhawk there. We encountered what we thought was a cave that led underground. There was all sorts of mystic armor and things. It turns out in the end it was just a crashed spaceship because Gygax was testing out the idea of Gamma World. You know what I mean? No? TSR? So there was this module. So back when D&D was young, there was a different game called Gamma World that TSR published that was post-apocalyptic, like mutant humanoids and all this kind of stuff. And I think to test out how that would work, Gary wrote this module that was basically, you thought it was a dungeon, but what it was actually was like a spaceship, like full-on Buck Rogers style, that had crashed into the ground. And so you go inside and you adventure and you encounter like a room, like the DM's like, okay, you walk into a room, it's a 10-foot square. As you step in, suddenly a door closes. There's an odd sound and an odd sensation. The door opens and you are somewhere else. And it was just an elevator. Yeah, it's just an elevator. And you'd find like power armor with like crazy lasers and stuff that was fun until the power cell ran out. And you were like, oh, where'd the magic go? And well, you couldn't get the magic back because that would just be way crazy OP.
You mean Fallout 4?
It was like that. It was like that's what Gamma World is. It's like that idea, post-apocalyptica, and you can play your character classes like you can be like a pure strain human, so you have no mutations and you have bonuses that way, or you can be like mutant human or mutant animal, or what's really fun is the mutant plants. Those are like character races. You get crazy mutation powers and things. It's a really fun system. There's been a few different
Yeah, I played it a little bit here and there. It was kind of fun, but that was a long time ago.
That was actually one I did not play, and that sounds riveting.
It's neat. Yeah, I'd like to see where it's at now, if there's a current edition.
I've really only ever played 5e. I haven't actually been playing that long. A bit over a year.
Well, you picked it up fast.
Well, I have a habit of when I'm really interested in something, I research the shit out of it. So,
Oh, you do the meta level, like I am going to be so involved.
yeah, well, I mean, I DM too, so
That shortens
helps.
the learning curve really fast.
Yeah, which I didn't DM it for. Like when I first started, I wasn't a DM. I played for a good long while before I did that. But then one of the campaigns I was in was coming to an end because the DM like couldn't be around anymore. So like he fast forwarded the story like 20 years in the future or something. We were all 18th level and we fought the big bad. But the other guys didn't want to quit playing, so I was like, yeah, I'll DM, why not? So picked it up and ran with it.
Nice.
I'm running.
Sounds so familiar.
I'm
I'm
running Dragon Heist right now for my guys, and I don't know. I kind of want to do something homebrew, not a homebrew setting, but like something that's not module. I'm actually thinking about going south to like somewhere in like Kalimshan or something. I think like a desert campaign would be really fun.
So
Yeah.
you'll appreciate this, Roland, because I know you've played Tunes of Annihilation with Seb through a different game. My next game, so the homebrew game I DM for on Mondays is when the current game finally ends, because it's entirely a homebrew game just to see how far they get. I'm gonna throw them into the Tombs of Annihilation, but I am going to kind of slow roll the entire story to as one of my players, aka my wife, is like, oh really, you're gonna do what now? I'm gonna slow roll the death curse, so it's not like the first and foremost thing. It's gonna be like probably not show up until late level
as they go.
Yeah, that to kind of encourage more of the hey, let's explore the entire fucking island just for no reason. I mean, I'll give them a generic reason, but.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Everyone back? Everyone alright? Everyone okay?
Yep.
Forgot to
We
leave.
made it through. We made it through the break.
It was rough. Okay. So,
Roll break saving throws.
let's continue. As you guys come to this intersection here, the water is so very, very dark. You can really not see below the surface to see how deep it is. And it seems to, the ground seems to cut away very sharply. And it's just sort of like just stepping off into deep water immediately. There's no sort of slant in the floor. And again, everything is covered in this thick slime. It doesn't impede movement through swimming more than it would already. You'll be moving at half movement speed if you swim, unless you have a swim speed.
Scamp, you were talking about breathing in this stuff or stuff. Do you think we still need that, or is it shallow enough we're not going to need to be underwater?
I mean,
no.
You know what, Brew? I would just say that in times like these, you'd say if it is something that she can do just all willy-nilly, why not? I'd rather have the advantage than not.
It does take some time. Well, I could either do it instantly or I could spend some time to like really lay out some runes and stuff. And
I'm fairly certain whatever this thing, the Aboleth, at this point, it probably knows we're here. So if you want to take 10, 15, no, take your time. We will not scare.
could I go ahead and cast water breathing as a ritual then, Seb?
Okay. You move back a bit away from the water and you lay down your ritual. And 10 minutes later, water breathing goes on. It was water breathing, right?
Yeah.
Water breathing goes on and it should get everyone.
24 hours, I like that.
And it's not concentration.
And not
Drew immediately sticks his head in the dirty water to see it.
And sure enough, you can breathe underwater.
I don't know
Wow,
if I
Scamp. You'd make a
breathe
great
that if I
pirate.
had to.
I prefer swimming with fish and dolphins. Not so much the pirate life, but thank you.
Well, Scamp, the two are not necessarily mutually exclusive, but I'm guessing the Chul was dragging you north, so I would assume that is the direction we need to go.
The direction of the aboleth, more than likely.
As you guys are milling about here, again, the aboleth's psychic voice reaches out to you all. You wretched little creatures! How dare you destroy my slaves? How dare you try to confront me? There will be no mercy. You will be destroyed.
You're right. There will be no.
Slave.
We will make you our bitch.
All right. As you guys move down here, you're all swimming, and again, the surface of water is very, very murky, so you're not sure of the depth. And you can wade through the water at half movement speed as you are swimming, and you start to see this narrow corridor open up into a massive underwater flooded grotto. As you come a bit closer, those of you with dark vision will see an island, a rocky island rising up out of the water in the center of this grotto, and perched atop it is a creature, a statue of a creature. It looks like some sort of monster. It has a stumpy looking head, 4 legs, and 3 tentacles reaching out through the back of its spine, and it very much looks like a petrified creature. Actually a Otiu.
What?
Those
Otiu.
things are gross.
Oh wow!
They stink just as much as the troglodyte. They are terrible.
Almost as much as Guru.
Good job,
Almost.
Seb. That's a D&D first for me.
That's a creepy looking beast right there. It has Venus flytraps for hands.
Well,
I'm thinking I want to go stand on the island, mostly because I'm tired of swimming.
I would agree.
You are
And
stopped. Suddenly, a Chul bursts out right in front of you from underneath the water, as does another one, Nox. And rising up near the 2 Chul is the aboleth. And all 3 creatures attack immediately without any further warning.
Of course they do, son of a bitch. Oh man, fantastic. When is Roland gonna learn? Stay in like the middle of the pack. It's where it's safest.
2 Chuls is more than 1.
Do you want to roll? You go first, Brew, with a 22. So just keep in mind all movement speed is halved while you're swimming. And yep, the aboleth looks very, very much real.
Okay, no illusory aboleths. Oh man, that's hard to get out. Gonna
say
rage.
that 3 times fast.
Gonna free action light a torch and throw it on the base of that island there.
It's too far. If you want
what
to
if
throw
they-
it with an interactive object, you get it 20 feet.
That'd be one hell of a chunk.
Yeah, you could use your action to throw it that far.
No, I'll just press forward until I see something to hit. 10. Oh, there's something to hit.
Are you
I will smash it.
come forward in absolute darkness, and you'll be attacking at disadvantage.
Really, I can see it.
You
Alright.
have no dark vision, right?
No.
Yeah, so everything is pitch black.
Alright. Well, maybe I'll hit Nox. Maybe I'll hit this Jewel. I'll go ahead.
Well, you can hear it. You can hear it swimming around, and you've heard it burst up through the water.
Okay. I have my... Oh, I'm underwater, so this is going to be a short sword attack.
Well,
Then.
they're actually under the surface of the water, but like 5 feet underneath the water.
Okay. Well, I'll just hang out down there, because I can breathe this murky water, and kind of reminds me of home.
Okay. If you go under the water, I'll give you this hidden icon. It doesn't mean you're hidden, but just to denote how far underneath the water you are. You're 5 feet.
Okay.
And you take a swing, but a natural one is a miss.
How about another natural one? Does this one natural one count?
Another natural one. And yes, you just miss completely. You just swipe into the darkness and gloom.
On my next turn, I will grab the handle of the sword this time.
Okay. Have a look here.
Oh,
I'm trying to...
layer? Layer actions.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
Is going to use a legendary action to swipe you with its tail, Brew, and it has advantage. The tail just thrusts through the water, slams into you for 6 bludgeoning damage. And then as a layer action, the Aboleth is going to cause Brew, Nox, and Roland to each make a wisdom saving throw. Suddenly, the slime in the water becomes a conduit for the creature's psychic rage. Oh, wait. Sorry. It affects absolutely everyone. So Dagger, Cass, and Scamp also have to make wisdom saving throws. Alright, Nox, you resist. Brew, you resist. Cass, you resist. But Roland and Dagger, both of you fail, and you each take 9 points of psychic damage.
Alrighty.
We don't still have the temporary hit points, do we?
Mm-hmm. You should.
They would have come
Finish
off
that.
before you got it, before any other damage.
Yeah.
They always
I don't
come
know
off
if you got-
first.
I don't know if you got hit after I gave them to you, but
No, I didn't.
Oh, from the actual from that one, you should still have them. All right, this Chul is going to grab you, Roland, or attempt to at least.
it probably will. Oh, look at
It's a
that.
miss. Second attack, it hits.
It got me.
It crushes you for 14 bludgeoning damage, and it grapples you. And it wraps its tentacles around you. Make a Constitution save. You resist, and then it drags you 15 feet under the surface of the water, and a bit away as well. Actually, it's just going to drag you over here, just remaining so you're in melee reach of the Aboleth.
Come back, Roland. Come back.
10 feet below the surface of the water, you and that Chul.
Okay, okay.
Alright, and at the end of the Chul's turn, the Aboleth will, he will, hit you with a tail attack, Roland. With a legendary action. The tail thrusts through the water, and it hits you
Roland's down.
for 18 bludgeoning damage. And you, drowning.
If you want to go ahead and give me another sheet.
Scamp, you're up.
I can't see anything, so I'm going to move up. This is still difficult terrain, right?
Yeah, everything is completely submerged in water. The cavern ceiling is 30 feet up, and every single surface is covered in aboleth slime.
Well, the only thing I can even part
With 30 feet of movement, you'd actually only be able to get there because you'd have to squeeze by Cass.
Oh, okay.
20 to go through Cass and 10 to get into that square.
In that case, I'm going to cast first level Cure Wounds on Dagger.
Thank you.
Okay, Elune will use another legendary action, and he's going to tail swipe Brew.
Bring it.
It hits for 5 bludgeoning damage. Nox.
I, in midst of swimming and not quite sure what I'm seeing with the giant chul crab crustacean, reach down, grab Brew by the arm, and just come with me if you want to live, and cast Thunderstep.
Boom.
And
Alright, there's an explosion underneath the water, and you see a big jet of this slime water reach up and spray upwards.
so, Brew, you're right next to me, right here.
Beauty.
Right, the Chul makes a constitution save, and it fails. It's hit for 20 points of thunder damage as Nox and Brew are teleported up onto the island.
Hella good.
And I will end my turn there.
Okay, now this island, it's 10 feet above the surface of the water. I'll just make a note of that for you guys as well so you can see. If I actually get text and feet. And then the roof is 20 feet above you beyond that. Okay, Dagger, you're up.
Okay. The aboleth hasn't gone yet, has he?
No, he's used 3 legendary actions already, though. He has not had his turn.
I'd still be able to use my assassinate though, because he technically. It says.
Yep, you would
Yeah.
have advantage on him.
Okay.
Keep in
Okay.
mind, though, most of your weapons probably have disadvantage while you're in the water.
My crossbow does not.
Crossbow does not. It works well.
Your harpoon gun does well.
Alright, you fire a bolt at him, and it hits. You hit him for 19 points of piercing damage. You fire into the water. He thrashes around a little bit. It's very hard to see him exactly. Roland, make a death saving throw. You make your save.
Yay!
You wretched
Small victories.
little creatures. How dare you do me an injury? You'll be the first one I enslave. And it is going to come forward 15 feet, still remaining underneath the surface of the water, and it's going to reach at you with one of its slimy tentacles dagger. 19 hits It hits you for 11 bludgeoning damage as it slams you up against the wall. Make a Constitution save against disease. Something very strange happens to you when it hits you. You feel kind of woozy and you choke a little bit, but there are no immediate effects. You just take 11 bludgeoning damage. And it'll hit Scamp with a second attack. I'll try to hit Scamp with a second attack. A 17 hits.
Yeah.
Hit for 14 bludgeoning damage. Make a Constitution save. You also have the same strange sensation come over you, Scamp. And finally it'll make a third attack on Dagger. And it hits for another 7 bludgeoning damage. And then with the last 25 feet of its movement, it's going to go underwater and just remain here, just under the surface of the water. Say, we'll call it 10 feet. As it just bubbles and disappears from view. You know what's down there, though. Cass.
Alright, I'm gonna swim right above this guy. Which does not seem like a very good idea. Can I see Roland from here?
Yeah. Vaguely. Barely.
I mean, because I am underwater. I don't know what's the water said. Like, is it still black in here?
It's, yeah. You can barely see him. Like, maybe just like a murky patch where he is.
Hopefully that will be enough. I cast Prayer of Healing.
Prayer of Healing is a 10-minute casting time.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not going to cast Prayer of Healing.
Yep.
It's one of those out of combat healing spells.
Instead,
Dang!
It's okay, bud. I understand. I understand the intent.
okay. How much of my
No.
movement did that take to get there? Was that 20?
Yes.
Take another 5, get as far away from them as I can, and I'm casting Darkness instead.
Okay.
I might roll a natural 20 and get up with 1 hit point.
Are you casting it on yourself? Or like your glaze?
I'll put it on the little token I have around my neck.
Okay. At the end of your turn, a loon will use a legendary action to attack you, Cass. And it'll be at disadvantage. Using his tail. 23 hits for 15 bludgeoning damage.
It's a good thing that was at disadvantage.
Yes, very lucky.
Had.
It knocks down the darkness. This Chul is going to swim over here and it's going to try and grab Dagger with one of its pincers. It's going to do this from 10 feet away, actually, as reach. Still remaining underneath the surface of the water. It reaches forward and it grabs you, Dagger, and it hits you for 11 bludgeoning damage as it grapples you.
Evasion.
I don't think I can evade grapple.
Not grapple. You could use uncanny
I'm
dodge
gonna
for the
use-
damage.
I am going to do my uncanny dodge for the damage.
Okay. You take 5 instead. And then it's going to reach these tentacles out at you, Dagger. Make a Constitution save.
Yeah, because I've been doing such a good job of that.
You
got
resist
this. Ooh.
the paralysis from its tentacles. And
Good
it's
for you, Dagger.
going to crush you some more with the other pincer. And that hits for 9 bludgeoning damage.
We are so dead.
And then it drags you away. At the end of its turn, the Aboleth will attack Cass with a legendary action. The tail comes through the surface of the water, and it hits for 18 bludgeoning damage, slamming you up against the wall.
Hellish Rebuke, though.
Okay. The Aboleth will make a dexterity save. You point your finger at it and sheath it in flame. Of course, it is underwater, so it has resistance, but it fails and takes 9 points of fire damage, mildly scorching it. Brew, you're up.
Free action to light a torch and drop it on the ground here.
Okay. Let's get you a torch. Alright, you spark up a torch, throw it on the ground, and it illuminates the surrounding area.
Yowzer. Okay. This is all difficult terrain in the water, right?
It's not difficult terrain, but you're swimming, so you're moving at half movement. Same thing, half movement speed.
Right, yeah, effectively, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna attack this one up north here on the way down to everybody. So 5 feet. That's 25 to get.
You leap into the water.
Go ahead and stab at this chew. Rack.
Okay. You take a swing, and 11 is a miss. You swing again. A 20 is a hit. And you stab the Chul for 15 points of damage.
And just continue with. That was 25. Okay, so I only have 40, so I could get. Oh, I can't get into his space, can I? I'll just. Sorry for all that stand there. I'll just go down there. I'm not going to try to provoke from him, but I'm just trying to get closer. So.
Okay. Do you want to be on the surface of the water or just under the water?
Just under, I guess.
Okay. Okay, Nox, I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
What?
Suddenly, the water around you surges and a massive tidal wave hits you, and it washes you off the island, knocking you back 20 feet prone, and deposits you on the other side of the island as a lair action.
Okay. Cool.
At the end of Brew's turn, a loon is going to attack Scamp using a tail attack. And a 19 hits for 18 points of bludgeoning damage. This Chul, it tries to grab you, Brew, with a pincer attack. 23 hits. It clamps onto you. You take 17 bludgeoning damage, and you're grappled. Then it employs its tentacles on you. Give me a con save against poison.
Wait, sorry, 17?
So 7. Did I say 17? I meant 7.
Cool.
And
And a con save?
con save against poison. You resist the poison. It lets go of Roland, and it uses its other pincer on you, trying to like just hammer you in between its two pincers. And it hits you for another 3 bludgeoning damage. And then it drags you away from a loon over here, separating you as far as it can from the rest of the party, and drags you down under the surface 10 feet.
Okay.
It ends its turn there. Scamp.
I'm gonna move up here. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on Dagger.
That's 19 points of healing.
And then I'm gonna spend 3 of my Fate energy as a bonus action to heal Roland.
All right. Back in the fight.
Swim, man, swim!
You open your eyes to find yourself sinking, Roland, and you are very disorientated when you become conscious. You're not dead though.
Which is a surprise, but
Yeah. You probably will be unless you are surface, because you'd be basically drowning at the moment.
And you'll get 3 temporary hit points on top of the 9 because I used 3 dice.
Cool.
Did his water breathing wear off?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
about to ask, did the water breathing wear off when he
Ignore
died
that.
or passed out?
No, it didn't wear off. Nox.
Oh shit, it's my turn now?
Yeah.
Don't know what to do.
It'll cost you half your movement speed to like right yourself in the water because you're prone.
Yep. So, what is that? Just tell me what that is.
You'd need to
That's-
make an athletics check to climb up. There are handholds and footholds that you could use, and it would cost 20 feet to get there. So you'd have to be dashing.
Jesus! Really?
It's 10 foot tall.
Yeah, 10-foot climb.
Unless you're like Tabaxi or something.
Yeah, if you don't have a climb speed, you move at half speed while climbing.
All right, so 13. Am I good?
Let me check. No. You fail to climb. There are a bundle of handholds. They're all covered with slime. It makes it a bit more difficult to climb than usual, and you simply cannot get anywhere. That would have cost you 25 feet of movement so far, including riding yourself in the water, getting up from being prone.
Yep. I'm including that. So, including so I have 30. But if I dash, I have 35 feet of movement.
Yeah, if you dash, you can go 3 squares.
And just curse the entire time.
Okay. Dagger.
Can I see the aboleth?
Yeah. Yeah, that would have to be like pretty deep to not to be able to see them.
Okay.
Any of the underwater creatures. It's dark and slimy, but it's not heavily obscured.
Okay, I'm going to do my hand crossbow at it.
A 12 is a miss. It bounces straight off its rubbery skin. Roland, you can right yourself with 15 feet of movement.
All right. So normally I can't really play my guitar where I'm at. I will how far below the surface am I right now?
You're 10 feet.
Okay. So it cost me 20 to surface. I'll go ahead and do that. I'll get to the surface.
Alright, that will be a dash.
Oh, it will be to get to
Yeah.
the surface?
15 feet to right yourself, and then another 20 to get to the surface. That's 35 feet.
Well, then let's not do that. I need my action for other things. Well, let's bonus action Mantle of Inspiration for everybody but Nox, because I wouldn't actually be able to see him at the moment.
Okay.
While I'm annoyed, fair.
Isn't it just is it sight or hearing?
It's it's sight.
Okay.
It's because it's supposed to grant me a wondrous appearance.
Okay.
Is the whole deal. So
Roland sort of opens his eyes underwater and rights himself, and then he starts to glow as you just feel this shockwave of a power cord ripple out through the water, breaking through the slime.
So, I don't know.
Scamp, Dagger, Cass.
Well, I know Brew and Dagger are grappled at the moment.
Yeah, only Scamp would be able to move from that, and yourself, Roland.
I am going to
Wouldn't they-
move.
Wouldn't they still be able to gain from the bonus healing?
Yeah, they'll still get the 8 temporary hit points for sure. You know what? I will. I need to be. Man, I don't want to have to dash right now though. I want to be. I want to do something.
Swim, you fool!
Let's see if we can't start to help take care of one of these shoals here. Let's I'm gonna do a 3rd level shatter to where it'll hit this shoal.
Okay. Alright.
What a roll.
You dislodge some of its carapace, hitting it for 14 thunder damage.
And then
That's
I
not bad.
will use my movement to get as close as I can to the surface and the island. So
Okay,
I
you'd
imagine
be
not far.
yeah, 1 square basically,
Yeah, I figured.
and you'd be just below the surface.
Okay. It's my turn.
All right, it's a Loon's turn. He is going to use his tentacles. First, he's going to attack Cass. And he misses. The tentacle hits the wall behind you. He'll attack you again. And a 20 will hit. Make me a Constitution save against disease, Cass, as it does also knock you unconscious. Okay. Now the Aboleth's going to move. It'll swim 30 feet to this position. And it's going to make its next tail attack on Roland. And it hits.
Right back down.
And Cass and Roland, you guys are both knocked unconscious. No death saves. You can breathe underwater, so you just be like sinking a bit. So what Cass is, yeah, you're just knocked unconscious on your turn, and you're just drifting against the wall here and sinking a bit. You sink 10 feet, and that's it. At the end of your turn, Cass, a loon is going to attack Brew with a tail attack. And it hits for 7 bludgeoning damage. This Chul that has you, Dagger, is going to try and tentacle face you. Make a Constitution save against poison. You resist. It moves here, and it tries to grab Scamp with its free pincer. It misses. So try that again. And 17 hits. You're also grappled now, Scamp. And you take 13 bludgeoning damage. And it ends its turn there. It drags you both underneath the water a little bit. 5 feet. So you're underwater. And at the end of the Chul's turn, a loon is going to attack you, Scamp, with its tail, using its reach. It hits for 15 bludgeoning damage. Brew.
Right, I'm grappled by this ugly, right?
Yep.
So I can't reach what's her name? What's her face there? This thing.
Yep,
I can't reach. It's too far away.
Yeah, it's made sure it hasn't gone into your melee range.
Oh man. All right. Oh, this is maybe not a good idea. Is it possible to recklessly attack with a net?
Sorry? With a net?
With a net.
Yeah, should
Yeah?
be able to. A net. Yeah, is it just an attack roll, right? Martial
Yeah.
weapon.
I think it has enough range that I could hit the aboleth. It's a large size or small?
Well, if you're doing reckless attack, it's only for melee attacks. It doesn't work on ranged attacks.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's too big of a risk, I think. I better just deal damage. Yeah, I'll just reckless. No, I will not reckless. I will just attack the Chul with a short.
Okay.
Fudge.
Natural 1 is a miss. And with a 20, you hit. You stab the Chul for 16 points of damage.
Good damage. Damn.
That's about all I got, I think. Trying to think. Bonus action. Nope.
Alright, a loon is going to attack Scamp. With his
Oh, man.
legendary action, and just misses. Now, as a lair action, we'll need Brew, Scamp, and Dagger to make wisdom saves. I think Dagger said she was AFK. I'll make it for her. Brew, You fail and you take 7 points of psychic damage. Scamp, you resist. And let's do Dagger's wisdom save. She's also hit for 7 psychic damage. As he charges the slime with psychic energy. I just made a wisdom save for your Dagger for the Aboleth lair action. You took a bit of psychic damage.
Yay.
The troll that has you is going to try and tentacle face you, Brew. Make a constitution save against poison. You resist. And then it just tries to whack you with its pincers. A 14 is a miss. Second attack, 17 is a miss. Clangs its pincers against your shield. Scan.
Well, holy temp.
I am going to I want to try and get out of the grapple.
Okay, it's a athletics or acrobatics check, DC 14. You use all of your might to try and open the pincer, but it just snaps back shut.
I'm going to use one of my Fey energy dice to try and get rolling back up at least.
I just subtracted it for you already, Dagger. That's 7 damage.
I had the
You're back up,
temporary
Roland.
hit point.
Okay, take it off that instead.
One temporary hit point this time because it was only one dice.
Okay.
That's a-okay.
Alright, Nox, your turn.
I will make the attempt to get back up on land once again.
Alright, you know what to do.
Athletics check. Give me a second.
And every time you place your hand in a foothold, it just slips straight back out, and it's a fervent attempt.
God damn it.
No good.
Alright, fuck. I don't even know what to do. Alright. I'm assuming the climb attempt, is that my action?
No, it's part A movement.
Okay.
It didn't cost you anything either because you didn't move anywhere.
I will move the 15 feet to... I can see this one chol, right?
Should be able to, yeah.
Or like... well, I can see it in game, so I'm assuming I can see it.
The lighting's all correct.
I will... Fuck it. I'm gonna throw out a chromatic orb at that bad boy. Lightning damage.
That's a
Standard
hit.
level.
Alright, that screech is over. Probably lightning. 16 points of damage. It slams into the chul's side, breaks it apart a bit more. The chul's actually looking a bit sort of injured now. Much of its chitin is cracked, loosening its grip slightly. Dagger.
Oh. I can't do it. I will attack with my rapier. Well, no. There's no point in me attacking with my rapier. Oh well, I will.
Do you have a dagger? That wouldn't be affected by water. And you'd get your sneak attack in there. I think, because it's grappling scamp. Does that count as sneak attackable?
No.
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 Has to be within 5 feet.
Alright, sorry.
Her name's
Steering
Dagger,
wrong.
but she doesn't have a dagger. You're a fraud.
I do have a dagger.
Do it.
It hits.
Just do it.
Take that sneak attack off.
Alright, you jam the dagger into its head for 7 piercing damage, and it is even more injured now. Rolling.
I suck when I'm all by myself.
That's alright, that's solid damage.
Right myself again. 15 feet.
Get the freak away.
I'm gonna bonus action healing word at 2nd level on Cass.
Roland's doing some sort of like equestrian maneuvers there. Tumbling around underwater.
8 hit points for Cass there. And, well, actually, do they have to be able to hear me? I just said that I can see. Okay. Okay. And, so we know this thing is at least intelligent. Oh, I know it's got legendary saves, but
It seems highly intelligent. Like this is a very tactical fight.
yeah. Let's see what its wisdom save is. I'm gonna hypnotic pattern in such a way it would get just the aboleth.
Okay. You're going to hypnotic pattern it, even though you think it has legendary resistances.
Well,
What's your DC?
15.
Guess what? It doesn't. And it just screeches. Ah! And it becomes incapacitated.
Oh wow.
And
Don't hit it! Don't hit it! Don't
goes
hit it!
prone.
And Roland for the MVP.
Immediately, the trolls, they both look straight over towards you, Roland. And they're coming for you.
Yep, I
We
figured
need to protect Roland.
I'll use as much as my movement as I can to to get like towards the island.
Okay, you
'cause
can
I
go 2
can't-
squares.
Well, make
Can
it.
you
make,
do another
give it a health check.
thunderstep on it?
Plane shift Roland
So
away.
Health check. Health check.
Can you banish him?
let's see. So that's 1 square, but I know it'd take me too much movement to try to climb.
You can try and climb up and get like out of the water and be like a few feet up.
Yeah, I'll do that if I can.
Athletics
So
check.
athletics. Nope.
You almost do. You grip onto the wall and you stick your boot in and lift yourself up, and then your fingers just slip away and you sort of splash back into the water.
Alright, well, I'll stay where I'm at then.
Alright, Aloon will repeat the wisdom save, and the chulls are looking over towards Aloon. You think that Aloon is definitely talking to these chulls telepathically. Most likely to...
Save?
At the end of its turn. Oh, no, sorry. Hypnotic pattern. I was thinking of Tash's.
Ooh.
Okay.
You scared me,
Yes.
Sib.
Sorry, it's actually charmed. But yeah, it does look like the chulls are going to come and pretty much shake it awake at first opportunity. Because it can still talk. can still talk while it's incapacitated. Not that you'd know that, that it's saying anything.
Right.
Cass.
Can you finish off this guy?
Probably not. Something I can do though, since Scamp is so low on health, I'm going to Sanctuary on her as a bonus action.
Okay.
Neat.
This invisible shimmering force around you, Scamp, as Cass catches you in his small silver mirror.
Thank you.
You catch a glimpse of her being lifted up by the Chul and crushed.
Then I'm going to come swim as close to the Chul as I can. I'll use my dash.
Okay.
So Dagger can have her sneak attack.
You run up and throw yourself into the Chul. The Chul, it evokes from Dagger, Cass. It's going to swim underneath you, Scamp, and swim straight over to a loon.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get attacks of opportunity?
Yep, you both get attacks of opportunity, and you can sneak attack it if you use like a dagger. Use what you're made for.
I will do what I am made for.
Your namesake.
Cass, you take a swim.
Disadvantage.
But yeah, 12 is not enough. And same with an 11. It does let go of you though, Dagger, and it'll hold on to Scamp because it can. Still, as it sort of grabs you and it resurfaces, or just under the surface of the water here, 10 feet below, and it just grabs a loon and shakes him out of the stupor.
Knew that was coming.
And at the end of a loon's turn, the Chul's turn, a loon will have a legendary action, and he is going to use that to just tail swipe a brew. Using one legendary action, it hits for 9 bludgeoning damage.
This thing hits like a truck.
Brew.
Hey, great job, Roland. You ate up some turns on it. That's awesome. I will non-recklessly. I'll just stabby stab at the thing that's holding.
And it's a crit.
That's timely.
19 points of damage. You jam the short sword into its head, and radiant energy flares up, breaking away some of its shell. The Chul writhes in pain.
Yeah.
So it's 18 points of damage.
The dice.
I know I
The
said
dice
19.
giveth.
The dice taketh. A natural one is another miss. A loon is going to he's going to make a wisdom save. And then he's going to attack Scamp, breaking through the sanctuary. The tail comes through and hits you, Scamp, and knocks you unconscious. Now for a lair action. The aboleth is going to cause the water to surge. And Roland, you'll need to make me a strength saving throw as a crashing tidal wave hits you and pushes you back 20 feet away from the land.
Damn.
Massive tidal surge drags you away. The Chul that has Brew is going to tentacle face him. Another Constitution save against poison, Brew. And you resist with 16. Then he crushes. 17 misses and a 19 hits as it slams down onto you. You block what you can with your shield and take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And the Chul is going to just maneuver you a little bit over here. And it's actually going to provoke from you, Brew. It's going to get a bit of space from you now. Actually, sorry, it'll be like this. So it provokes an opportunity attack. It still has you grappled. You stab at it with an 11, you miss. And at the end of its turn, the Aboleth will attack you, Brew. Use a tail attack. And it hits you for 8 bludgeoning. Scamp, you are knocked unconscious. You've got like 800 statuses going on here. Still grappled, still underwater, still got Sanctuary, you're unconscious, and you've got that disease. And
Yeah.
for a third legendary action, a loon. Oh wait, did I already use 3? I think you already used 3, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Wait, no, you used sorry, no, you used one at the end of Brew's.
And 2.
Yeah, only 2. Third one will be on Brew. And that hits you, Brew, and it knocks you unconscious. Or does it? Oh wait, yeah, I think it does, right? 8
I
bludgeoning
only have
damage.
6. Yeah, I have 6 left, and I don't think I have any way to avoid.
Alright, you're knocked unconscious. Okay. So it's Nox's turn now.
So many options. Half distance because it's difficult terrain to swim. All right, and I'm going to do a chromatic orb at the Aboleth, twinned to the Chol below him. So do I roll it twice, or are you just going to use the same roll?
They're separate attacks. Separate attack rolls. Alright, you hit the Aboleth and miss the Chol. "21 lightning damage." It slams into the Aboleth, and you sort of get its attention now as you sear off a portion of its flesh, and it screeches at you.
And
"How dare you cause me imperfections!"
And then I'm going to entirely quicken spell a lightning bolt.
You have to do a cantrip if it's going to be a bonus action spell.
Oh, fine. God damn it. Ruining my good day. No, come on. There you go. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll quick and spell a lightning bolt. Pardon me, a fire bolt at the Aboleth.
14 is a miss.
Cool beans.
It ricochets off the surface of its flesh. Dagger.
Okay. I'll do crossbow at the Chol.
Closer one?
Yeah.
Okay. You let loose a bolt, and a 24 is a hit. for 8 piercing damage. Rolling.
So I just realized something. I know it's a little late now, but I cast that hypnotic pattern after already casting healing word. So
Did you?
yeah, I just now realized that. So
Oh, it's a bit late now.
yeah.
You get negative energy coursing through. No, I'm joking.
Rock's fault.
Yeah. Man, it's hard to decide what I'm gonna try to do. I think what I'm gonna do.
Save yourself.
We'll get let's see, 10, 20, 30. I hope that I wasn't in anybody's range. And I'll swim up to Dagger. This, ma'am, is for you. And I'm going to cast Greater Invisibility on her.
Okay, she is invis.
She is ninja. Shadow.
You're invisible, Dagger, so any attack you do will be at advantage. Any attack against you will be at disadvantage.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to do nothing. I can't. Actually,
Another healing word, Roland? Is that what you're gonna say?
I love how you're like measuring the distance to me. You're like, yeah, how close can I get to Nox before he can say?
Well, I'm gonna give Nox a bardic inspiration. Just in case he wants to try to get back up there. And I've used all my movement. That's my turn.
This is what Elune does. He moves here for 25 feet. And he's going to reach out with a tentacle at you, Roland.
Yep, he's gonna wallop me. I shouldn't even bother doing all that mess.
That hits.
I'm back down.
You go down and the invisibility drops.
Shit. Should have just done it on myself and swam away.
And he'll actually whack Cass with a tentacle. Darts through the water, cracks into you for 14 bludgeoning damage. And Scamp, sorry, not Scamp. Cass, you go down as well. Both of you are knocked out, unconscious, purposely doing non-lethal blows. Yes, my slave. Then Elune uses the last of his movement to make his third attack on Nox. And it hits for 14 bludgeoning damage. Sorry, that shouldn't have been a tail attack. Wait, take a d6 off that. 11 bludgeoning damage, Nox. And you need to make me a constitution save against disease. And you too, Roland.
I was about to say, do I need to do that too?
Yeah. Okay, this strange feeling comes over you.
Both of us, or just
Yeah, both of you fail. But you don't feel any effects immediately.
I think we're all diseased at this point.
Alright, Cass, you're unconscious. And at the end of your turn, Elune starts his attacks on Nox. First tail attack as a legendary action. 15 misses. This Chul moves up to Dagger and does its pincer. It hits for 12 bludgeoning damage, and then it's going to tentacle face you, Dagger, give me a Constitution save against poison. You resist the tentacle face. Second pincer attack, it boops you on the head for 12 bludgeoning damage and knocks you unconscious.
I didn't even try to not use my uncanny dodge. There's no point.
Okay, at the end of the Chill's turn, Balloon's going to keep attacking Nox. Coming in with a tail attack. It hits for 13 bludgeoning. And Brew, you're unconscious. So, at the end of your turn, Brew, Aloon's going to do another tail attack at Nox. And miss Nox. And then as a lair action, Nox will need to make a wisdom save. And at this stage, Nox, you're the only thing left conscious. The only creature left conscious.
I am so not prepared for this shit.
Give us a wisdom save. Alright, you hit for 8 psychic damage, Nox. The troll swims all the way up to you with a dash action. Oh wait, sorry, it can't go that far. It's almost up to you. And just going to go on to Nox now. Nox, what do you do?
I can swim 15 feet, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Understood.
I know that I came from this direction. Roughly.
Okay.
My thunder step is 150 feet.
Okay.
And my ass is going to use thunder step 150 feet as far as I can go away from these motherfuckers.
Alright.
Yeah, dude.
So, how far can you see? Probably this square, right? It's 90 feet as well. So you go there. This square. Bit too far. That's the one. Alright, you thunder step and both creatures will make constitution saves. DC 15. 17 thunder damage. There's another explosion. Both creatures succeed and take 8 thunder damage.
Well, fuck me solid. Alright, cool.
Okay. Anything else?
You know what? Fuck it. I will quicken spell a firebolt at the Chol that's in front of the party there on the top right.
This guy.
Oh, no, ignore that.
Oh, it should have been. I'll give you the crit on the firebolt. So roll this 4d10 plus 4.
Well, no, fire. I'm good at advantage on damage, so I just say double that. Like,
Yeah, you know, you roll the dice twice. It'll be 4d10. All right. So that'll be a total of 25 points, right? Yeah. You hit it for 12 points as it's underwater. Has resistance. And the troll is almost dead.
We almost killed one of the things in here.
Okay, Nox. That's everything used up for your turn, and all your allies are unconscious. So, it's Aloon's turn. And he chuckles. Ah, fool. You're so quick to abandon your friends. But there is no escape. You are mine. And Nox, he tries to enslave you. Make a wisdom save against being charmed.
As a half elf, I have proficiency or advantage.
Advantage, yeah. You resist. And he's going to swim a little bit closer. But that'll be his turn done. This Chul is going to swim up to you, Nox. He's going to attack you. And you just see this pincer swiping at your face. And that's the last thing you see. Until next week. Because we're going to end the session here. With everyone being captured.
By an aboleth. Oh, Jesus.
Quite a few of us are going to be turning into acid creatures when we wake up.
Well, I mean, like...
Oh, that's neat.
Look, I'm going to throw it out there. If Seb private message you to roll a new character, just quietly, politely, just say, you know, hey, by the way, I'm not there no more.
Wow, that was epic.
No one's characters are dead.
Man, it sucks because
Cool.
like I was
Cool.
taken out like right away.
Well,
You guys get
the whole
1,350 experience points each.
Oh, well, there we go.
I mean, what killed us is the fact that we got separated so far.
Yep, exactly.
I don't
They
do
had-
good with things in my face either, because a lot of my stuff is concentration.
Speaking about things in your face, luckily not a single person fell victim to the Chul's tentacles, which paralyzes you. Which would be much worse, because then any melee attack would be a crit.
Oh man, and old Ilun was hitting like a truck. So he would have hit like 2 trucks.
Well, yes.
It's like you got run over and then they backed
Yeah,
up
yeah.
on you.
I'm gonna say that the worst part about this whole thing was the whole "hey, we're swimming" moment.
See, I was wanting to kind of like... I was pondering, because I did pick up polymorph. And so I was like, I wonder if I should try and polymorph the aboleth. I was talking to Brew, and he's like, you can polymorph other people, remember? And I was like, oh yeah, I could turn somebody into a giant shark. But then I was getting pummeled every round.
Yeah,
So it would have been the
it's-
exact same thing that
You
happened to
guys,
Roland.
did surprisingly well. I thought it was going to be over a whole lot quicker, and you almost killed both of the Chuls. Did some significant damage to Alone.
Look, we did all right, is what Seb is saying. We did all right.
See you guys next week. Everyone have a good night, and we'll find out what happens when you wake up.
Yes.
All right,
We
thank you,
start
Zeb.
looking for someone named Ilun.
And we